Welcome into episode 225, which is kind of cool because that 25 vibe or 125, because we're going to talk about different things that we saw at the Detroit Auto Show this week. And there's a lot of stuff that Ford really revealed this week at the auto show or at least within the auto show. So anyway, so we're going to get started on this, and we don't have our light on behind us. It's not plugged in. We'll just go without it today. Little frazzled because there's a lot of stuff to cover. Like I'm like, well, I'll just put this together here, and I didn't have enough time. So Sarah was helping me out, get some extra footage there at the end, so that we can get up and running. But so we're pushing on this. But now we are going to be, of course, recording this as a podcast as well. So definitely. Put it as your you can look for Ford Video Guy out there on the different podcasting platforms and everything else. You can look for Ford Video Guy and find this episode. Also, come over to YouTube if you're watching that, because we do have images this week. So I'll put the link in the podcast notes so you can come on over and watch it live as well, because we're going to show you some of the different things revealed and some of the other stuff. And a few of the images are ours because I actually felt like some of our images were not necessarily as good, but you could see more of the vehicle and actually from the event, because we were there at the launch events, which is a blast. And if you guys watched the live stream, that Dark Horse drove right in front of us. Like we were like a couple of people back behind, but if you look close enough, you might see Sarah's pink hair because it went right by us.
Right there.
Yep. And when they had pulled it up, we were in the passenger rear quarter of the back of the vehicle, so we were right there. So we were right close, in fact. So it was pretty cool to be there. But we had a lot of fun at the event because what you guys saw at the live stream,
didn't stop there.
They didn't stop there. They stopped it. Stopped the live stream. They talked about the drivers and some of that stuff, but they didn't show you any of the liveries and everything of the F1 as well as some of the other stuff. So they stopped it. And then about 8 o'clock, they started talking about the powertrains and everything. And they actually didn't have the powertrains there, but they VR'd it. And
so if you were in person and you were just looking at them, they're just standing there with VR goggles. If you're just looking at them, you have to look at the screen to see what they were looking at.
It was very interesting. And then about 9 o'clock is when they actually did reveal the liveries around 9 or so. And but we weren't, as media, if you got the embargoed information, weren't able to put those pictures out until 10:45 Eastern time. So
that gave them their chance to take their media photos.
Yes, which they had taken earlier in the day. But anyway, pretty cool. But they did but they did do some there with
Farley.
And I actually, it was perfect timing because we hung out in the back for quite a while and just watching it on one of the screens, talking to the drivers and some of the off-road drivers and everything, and having some fun. And then I'm like, I better go get some pictures because it was kind of done. We thought it was pretty much over.
Yeah.
And then when I got up there, it was perfect timing because Jim Farley was up there with the F1 racing team getting photos. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Let me get some pictures. So I was able to snap some pictures of them with the drivers. And it was just perfect timing. So it was pretty cool to get that. But we had a lot of fun there and a lot of cool stuff to talk about. So we'll get into that and jump into that. And don't forget, I want to highlight first that this live stream is sponsored by 3W. If you're looking for all-weather mats, I think they're some of the best all-weather mats on the market. In fact, I like them so much, I have them in my Bronco. So I really do like them. Did a video on them. And there is a special QR code as well. Let me actually need to pull that up.
I unfortunately cannot give my opinion.
She can't get them, but anyway, we still want to highlight them. So
yes.
Image file right here. Here we go. Where is it at? Right here. Wasn't prepared for that. So there we go. There they are. So if you want that QR code, just snap that right there. You get 35% off on tonight's live stream if you use that QR code right there off of theirs. You can also go to Amazon and save some with the codes that are down. Check the show notes as well as the description of this video. The live stream, and you'll see there is a code there if you go into Amazon to get you some money off on that as well, strictly from the live stream. So there you go. There's that. But good stuff there. So check that out. And also, I'm still loving the Wolfbox camera, so that's pretty cool. I've been really enjoying it, and unobstructed view of the back, and I haven't tweaked the front camera yet, but really do dig in that. So do want to remind people too, if you're not subscribed to the channel, that just hit that subscribe button there, hit that notification bell so you get notified. Make sure that's on all of our videos that go live. We do a lot of videos throughout the week, a lot of shorts as well. We're really getting into those and liking those, and I think a lot of people are like those as well. We do have membership as well available. I do recommend going with a lower tier, which you're not seeing in this image here, the live chat one. It's $199. Go with that. You're going to get our member live stream on Fridays with that. You're going to get videos earlier with that. And then I do encourage you to go over to our Patreon account, which is linked down below. Ford Video Guy on Patreon. And we have a couple levels there. One that gets a lot walk each week, and other content as well. And then one that's a coffee time that gets a daily video from me as well of what we're doing throughout the week, each day, what transpired, and there's some personal stuff in there as well. So definitely check that out. And they got some special videos this last week. I thought we did a pretty good job of, we walked in the snow in Detroit,
Yes.
To meet up with Brian and Melissa and have a drink with them, and we did a little video of us walking in the snow. And by the way, the wind was blowing in our face the way there and the way back. I don't know how it worked, but
Wind tunnels.
I don't know.
When you're in cities, those big buildings create wind tunnels,
I guess. Anyway, so there you go. So there's all that good stuff. And we are representing Red Bull. Well, you always have Red Bull.
I always have Red Bull.
I got to be part of the Red Bull team.
Although
now, right?
I'm sad. They discontinued the blueberry flavor.
Yeah.
The blue edition. They have the light blue edition, but they don't have the blue edition anymore. They discontinued it. And that's my favorite flavor. So I was looking at the selection. I'm like, this is sad. I don't want any of this.
Yep.
I want my blueberry.
Sarah's sporting the Ford Racing sweatshirt she got there. Special merch that is now, a lot of the merch is available on the merch site for you. This hat wasn't on there originally, and
I know that I got
this is the Red Bull Racing hat because it's the dark blue that matches and goes along with that.
Well, I know I got mine.
Yeah, right. I also got a vest that has the F1 racing team, and to be honest, I've never followed F1, but I will start following it, and as well as some others. So that way, next year when we're invited back again, I actually know these drivers. Tell your story.
Okay, so we lined up to get autographs. They had a whole line of all of the Ford Racing drivers, not just F1. All Ford Racing, that includes the off-roaders. So we were going through, and I'd go up and I'd be like, okay, so what do you drive? Because it's kind of awkward. You're just standing there while they sign it. So I was like, okay, what do you drive? And they'd be like, NASCAR.
like you should know who they are.
You don't know this? And then I got over to Melissa. I'm like, Melissa, it's your number one fan. Hey, Vaughn. Hey guys, what's going on? And we're just chatting it up with all these off-roaders, and
because all the off-road ones we've actually met.
Bailey saw us, and we'll
catch up with you later.
Yeah, like I saw one guy, I'm like, so what do you drive? And then I see Bailey, I'm like, hey girl, how's it going? And she's like, yeah, I'll try and catch up with you right after this. So
it's fun because the off-roaders, I don't know. It probably is just our perception, because if you're into NASCAR and such, maybe you do have that same interaction with them. But for us, it was the off-roaders were just more like wanting to be in with the group. When we went back to the back, a lot of the off-roaders were in one little section, which we couldn't get into. So we're outside and we're kind of waving at, Melissa and Brian, and RJ was in there. So he came out, and Austin and
Bailey and Lauren, and they all came out to talk to us. And even we go in to get drinks to bring them back out to us.
Yeah. So RJ's like, there's a big line. I was like, yeah, we need to get out. I want to get a drink, and they had these special Red Bull with, was it Red Bull and vodka?
It was a Red Bull margarita. It was a white peach Red Bull margarita.
Anyway, they were all right. But there was a big line. So RJ's like, I'll get you some. So they went and got in there and into the driver's thing. But it's funny, but they're all out here chatting with everybody else, and that couldn't get in there. And so it's pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, we saw Jenna. I always call it Jenna from Philadelphia. Jenna Cooper was there. We chatted with her for a long time, and Ali Dubois was there. That was a lot of fun. Met their dealerships, Brighton Ford's marketing person there. and one of their
Got to see
salespersons.
Dave and
you know,
Kelly.
Dave
Before
and,
that,
Dave and Kelly, we got to go to dinner with them. So we had a great time. And yes, it was a lot of fun. It was, we were kind of like, I was just hyping up for this and thinking this is going to be great. This is going to be one of the best trips. And it really delivered. We got snow, which was fun.
yeah.
And
We got lots of content.
lot of reveals that we got a chance to film and be a part of.
Yes. I got to meet a lot of women in automotive, a stunt driver, and a couple of other, a drag racer that is a Make-A-Wish kid. So I'm hoping they give me a call this week.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty awesome.
yeah.
Yep. Got the chance to stump Von Gittin, so that was always fun because saw him after the reveal in the RTR. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but that we don't really know whether or not a standard Bronco RTR is going to have a rear locker. He's like, well, it's a Big Ben, so yeah, I don't have a rear locker. I'm like, I said, Big Ben doesn't come standard with a rear locker. I said, so is it going to have the Black Diamond package? Oh, no, this is our own package. It's like, just a second. He had to go talk to somebody. He never really came back to clarify. So we still don't know whether or not a standard RTR is going to have a rear locker.
Josh or someone over there. You could get the answer.
Yep. Anyway, but it'll come out later. It's a 27 anyway. We got time. But yeah, it was good. But anyway, we got some information on that, but we'll talk about that later. I got on Dave and Kelly's Kelly wasn't there, but Dave was Sunday night. I chatted because we had 3 of the grandkids over and they were all being loud and everything. I said, well, I got the grandkids. I'll try to jump in. Ragnarcon was on it. So Ragnarcon could answer everything. Anyway, but we did get in there. And since I did get a chance to talk to Vaughn, I kind of wanted to jump in there and kind of give my 2 cents and everything. But, anyway, we'll talk more about that later. But so yeah, a good time, and we'll talk, like I said, we'll talk about that, but we do need to get into more of the news and everything. We did actually do a Maverick Monday video yesterday that was actually recorded at the auto show, because we'll talk about the Lobo getting truck of the year. We'll talk about that. And then the one tomorrow will be from there as well, because the first 26, and that's what I was hoping for. I'm like, I wonder if any 26 vehicles, 26 model year will be there that we haven't seen yet, that haven't been delivered to dealers yet. So we know Bronco Sport Ranger haven't been delivered to dealers yet. I wonder if they'll have any 26s there so we can clarify some things and if there's anything different material wise that they don't tell us about. So we did get some clues on couple things. We can talk more about that later. But my video tomorrow will highlight those as well. Got to see that bronze appearance package and such. So, so some good videos coming up, and we've delivered a lot of shorts last week. If you didn't get a chance to watch those, go to our YouTube channel, look at the shorts. We did a couple shorts every day last week. 2 Wednesday, 2 Thursday, 2 Friday, and then even another one today that we did. So check those out. Anyway, but yeah, fun stuff there. So. But let's do some. Can we do some shout outs to members?
Yeah.
So something else you get as being a live chat member is you get the shout outs in the live stream as well. Where's that at? Right here.
Yeah. I was making sure I got everyone tagged. Okay, I'm pretty sure I did.
By the way, do we have Red Bull in our vending machine? Do we carry it?
Yeah. It's like $1 more.
We better start, because we're Ford Red Bull
it's
Racing.
$1 more. I won't buy a Red Bull here. You pay $1 for convenience,
I guess.
All right, we got Alan, member for 49
months. I did see a couple greens in there when he hopped in late. Sorry.
We have All-Terrain Nation. We had a blast with the team in Detroit last week. And Doug said, "I feel a lot older. More bourbon, please."
You know what? If Dave's going to be available for a little bit, he could jump in when we get into that about the topic and everything if he wants.
So he was it him, Kelly, and Sid all sick?
Yeah, they were all sick.
They were all sick. If you're feeling up to it,
we're
not going to be around.
Well, looked like he was feeling okay Sunday. But,
okay.
I think he was the first one, so he might be through it.
I'm just glad you guys left and we didn't catch what you got.
Because I will tell you that your mom was like, I think I'm sleeping in the guest room. What are you talking about? Well, Dave's sick. Dave and Kelly's sick. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. What? I'm not sick.
My best friend had her baby on Christmas, and I've yet to go see him. And it's mainly because sixth season, I have 2 little boys. They bring me all the sick germs, and I've just been on a trip. I'm like, I can't come see you until like February. But yeah, and it's her birthday today, and I'm like, but I was just on a trip, and I don't want to bring baby sick germs. So yeah.
Well, if they want to jump in, we're going to talk about some of the stuff from the launch event, but also the off-road event. And of course, we'd love to get your input on some of the other stuff in the Ford booth. So, but we probably won't talk about any of the other non-Ford stuff,
Well, if Kelly's there too.
Yeah. Let me know. Let us know if you want to. We'll send you.
All right. On with our chats. We have Ford Enthusiast Evening All. Douglas Blair, you folks are a tad early. We have another 10 minutes before showtime. Oh, Doug Blair was in there chatting with the other chatters before we started. Alan, hello, everyone. Hope everyone is staying warm. We have Jack Evans. Hello, on McArthur friends. We have Mahathi, member for 50 months now, waiting on snow apocalypse this weekend. Hope they are wrong.
We're supposed to get a bunch of snow, too.
We have Blue Feather. Hey, folks, I'm checking into the live stream briefly before heading out to do youth soccer tryout. It's a beautiful evening in Orange County.
They can play soccer year-round because of their weather.
Yeah. I remember playing soccer as a kid, and our coaches would choose the most the closest one to the building, tucked into the corner, to try and block out as much wind as possible because there's tree on 2 sides and the building on another. And I remember watching Jolie do her soccer practice sitting against the building with a thermos of hot cocoa. I remember those. All right, we have Midcoast Maine. Good evening, all. Michael says, I'm in this one. You made it. And we have an honorary member, Ragnar Khan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and he wants to jump in, too. So
yes.
All things Bronco. The guy's got it.
Do I need to send out invites?
I sent one out to All Train. I'll send one out to Brian, too.
All right.
Maybe. If I figure it out here.
We also have, I think I said Ridgeview. I'm not sure. But Ridgeview is in here. He is our wonderful moderator. He keeps our chat going for us and makes sure that you all are not getting too rowdy in there. And I've seen a question, maybe it wasn't today, but what's his name? Niles is doing well. Baby's still keeping him up, so they're just working on finding a normal. I don't think there is a normal with kids.
Nope.
As soon as you think that you have them going pretty well on sleep, you hit a sleep regression. Not even going to talk about what I'm going through because I think I found a solution.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So scheduling notes. So we don't cover that in this live stream anymore. So if you did check that out, video went live earlier. About all the plants are scheduled this week, but most dealers are probably out of allocations. So at this point, anyway, we'll just your dealer has to have allocations. You guys know all that good stuff, but so we won't go over too much of that. Really don't have a lot of dealer news updates this week. We'll cover a lot of things from theroad.ford.com. A lot of the stuff and everything that was revealed at the auto show. There's articles on it out there from theroad.ford.com. So definitely check that out. Anyway, so somebody we can actually talk about this. What's the reason for the delay on Platinum Plus Super Duties? Well, Platinum Plus is a very low production number. So Platinum in itself is a low number of production, but Platinum Plus is like a 2 or 3% of the production is Platinum Plus. So for that reason, a lot of times will take a little longer to get scheduled. But a lot of it has to do with dealer allocation. So you might double check that your dealer has an allocation for you, because that could be the biggest holdup is if they don't have allocation. So we haven't struggled to get Platinums scheduled. King Ranch is actually this week is a constraint, but not Platinum. So hopefully good luck to you this week. But again, dealer needs allocations. But one of the great things about Super Duty and F-150 is they don't like to give the dealer use all the dealer allocations in 1 week. So they will schedule multiple weeks for their vehicles in different months or different weeks along within that month. So good chance to talk to your dealer, see if they have an allocation this week. And then you can also, like even tomorrow, you can see if your order's previewing. So if your order's not previewing, it could be something. Now, one of the things I will say outside of the Platinum Ultimate, take away if you have a tonneau cover, you have a spray and liner, any like accessories or DIOs, take them off your order if possible. Keep it, I'd leave it on. That's not going to hold anything up. But I have seen on a Raptor order, a Raptor R that we had a stock get scheduled over retail order because of a spray and liner. Because that is the only thing they had on there was a spray and liner as a standalone option. And a stock one without a spray and liner got scheduled over it. And that's one little tiny thing that can take. So just keep that in mind as well. So, all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, they scheduled for 119, then moved to 3-2. Oh, so it's already scheduled. So if you're already scheduled, then I wouldn't worry about it. But I think he's more concerned that it got moved from 1 week to another. That happens actually quite often where something might move because could be a supply issue. Whereas they were supposed to, they know what the supply is supposed to be, but then if they can't commit to it, they can't actually fulfill it. And because of it, they're like, well, we didn't get you everything we could. Then they're like, well, then they have to move those orders back into another week. So that's maybe what's happened. So anyway, but at least it's scheduled though. So that's the hard part is getting scheduled. The production and moving around, at least you know you're going to get produced. But anyway.
So we have another question.
Okay.
Do we have any allocations for Ranger Raptor?
We will be getting more allocations.
Okay.
So there's what Ford likes to do is they do 2 different waves of allocations. So they tell dealers, hey, you're getting this many for wave 1. So we've received all of our allocations for wave 1. And receive those. But once wave 2 happens, like last year, that happened where we only got like 5 or something. And then we had all these people not getting scheduled. But then when wave 2 came along, man, we were getting them in chunks of 10 at a time.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's a matter of time within hopefully this next month, we'll see wave 2 start or maybe the month after. So that's why we put the offer out there that, hey, we are going to do invoice pricing again, because we know once wave 2 hits, we will get plenty of allocations.
Yeah, that's the second Ranger Raptor I've gotten today. We have a member that messaged me and asked about it.
Yeah, so we'll be getting them, and we'll be doing invoice pricing on those. We actually half of our Ranger sales last year were Raptors, so that was pretty cool. So
we gotta keep it going. What can they do to get in line for an allocation?
Just
go ahead, submit it online.
Yeah, if you submit the order online, then it comes to us, and then we can go ahead and put your order in. And so we like to look at the dates, and then we actually on the Ranger Raptors we usually put those in there. And so sometimes not somebody might be ordered after somebody else could get scheduled, depending on, because there's really only 2 options on a Ranger Raptor as long as you don't put any DIOs on there, and that is the beadlock wheel and the graphics. So sometimes you'll see. And like right now, there's no constraints on any of it, but you might want to, as we go closer, you might look at that. I will say, I think it's easier to get the non-beadlock wheel scheduled with the graphics. It seems like the non-graphics is, or whatever, but those are really only 2 options. So it's not too difficult, but sometimes we will see one order get selected over another, even though the dates, because of something simple like that. But anyway, Wolfbox. So any other tips on installing the Wolfbox? Not sure what tips you're looking at, but mine was pretty easy to install. It was time consuming. The biggest thing was running the wires, right? But and also when you're getting in there, don't forget to go in and check your bumper camera and your rear camera, because they might be upside down, because the way it figures you're going to mount that is on the back of your glass, so it's looking at it. It's assuming you're going to be a certain perspective, but if you put it on top, then you need to flip it and you need to invert it. So just double check that you got the right perspective on that. But other than that, it's actually not too difficult to install.
No, it's not.
Just running the wires, the hard part, getting it wrapped where you need to. So Anyway, but yeah, I've even did I tell you that I was thinking that going checking their website out because the technically what plugs in that extra it's an extra camera. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
so extra camera really could be placed anywhere you want to and plugged
Yeah.
into that. So I thought, well, what if I had a camera to put on the back of my camper and I run the wire
Oh.
underneath, right? And run it up and then get a connector, right, for my wiring and then wire in through the Bronco and get another little plug in, right? And so when I'm not
So then
when
you
I'm pulling
can.
the camper, I would unplug that one, plug it in, connect the wires when I hook up the camper, and I have a camera on the back of it because I'm not going to use the trail camera at the same time I use the camper camera.
Yeah.
And so you never know. That might be a video in the future of here's how
Okay,
you would want to do
that
this
would
if you
be
want.
cool.
Because in that way, I don't have to take the camera off the front,
Right.
but just unplug it up there and have two plugs sticking out, and I would just switch them out.
Yeah.
And then when I go to hook up the camper, boop, plug them
Yeah.
in. Anyway, take some wiring, but I've gotten pretty good at doing some of the wiring and everything. So,
Yeah.
be kind of fun.
So our job today. This is a brand new watch. Now it's stained red.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Well, working on getting the turntable worked on. So our picture building is getting an overhaul.
Yes.
We're been a couple years. There's a lot of water that's gotten in, a little rust in there, and so they got the pieces off. And
He
they're
said
getting
if you want to
coated.
save money, you can do the vacuuming and cleanup of everything yourself. So we did that.
So I actually said, okay, Sarah and Jeff, go ahead and get this done for me.
I think I offered. I think I said, yeah, I can do that.
You want to help me? Yeah. Anyway, fun stuff. So our pictures are down, but we have had no trucks, no new trucks delivered this week, which we knew. I looked at it actually Saturday. I'm like, we got any vehicles showing up this week? We have like hardly any vehicles showing up this week. So I thought this is a perfect week to get the picture building overhauled and cleaned up. And we're getting new lights in there too. So swapping all the lights out, all the bulbs out, even though none of them burn out. Well, no, there's 4. There are 4 that's burn out. Hopefully that's not a fixture problem.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Well, anyway, we'll find out, but that'll be fun. All right. But we can get into this. And let's talk about this. We have some recalls to cover, a few of them. So let me go back to my media assets and do some recalls. All right, so cover a few recalls, not too many. This first one is a compliance recall on 25 and 26 model year Mustang Mach-E's. It's the LED.
We don't need that one.
It's the LED driver control module reprogram. And this in here, does it give us a number? Yeah, 45,044. I might need my glasses. So there. And this in here, some of the affected vehicles may not conform to the requirements specified by the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard for lamps, reflectors, devices, and associated equipment. These vehicles may experience a faulty LED driver control module in one of their headlamp assemblies. So I can, in fact, tell you that this is a Mustang because Mustang had the same issue. So it's got to be a Mustang. Anyway, a faulted LED driver control module will result in that headlamp assemblies, high beam, low beam, position lamp, daytime running lamp, and turn signal operation becoming inoperative. Owners will receive an advanced front lighting feature, temporarily unavailable warning message, and turn signal indicator will fast flash in the instrument panel cluster. Inoperable lighting features may reduce the driver's visibility and or make the vehicle less visible to other drivers, increasing the risk of a crash. So this is an advanced notice. No, this is the actual one. They can fix this. Owner letters are going to go out the week of January 19th. That's this week. So this is one that it can be fixed. It has that's
awesome.
All the stuff in there, which is cool. So I like the ones that can be fixed. I need my glasses for this. Okay. This next one is a safety recall 25SA4. This is actually an update. We've actually covered this recall already before. The advanced notice came out October 15th. It looks like this in here. The supplement update is for the parts information. So the threaded plug part number has been updated and the affected vehicles and build dates. So they did change and update some of the build dates. So this actually affects a lot of different vehicles. So 21 to 24 model year Bronco, same year for Bronco Sport, 2020 to 2022 Corsair, Escape, 2020, 2021, and 2022 Explorer, 2016 to 2024. That was one of the ones they had to update and extend the date on that one to 24 model year. Fusion, 2019 to 2020, could be your Fusion. Focus RS, 2016, 17, and 18. Maverick, 22 to 24. MKC, 2016 to 2019. Ranger, 2019 to 2024. So 68,083 were affected by this one. And in some of the affected vehicles, the engine block heater may develop a coolant leak through its element pins, which could cause a resistive short circuit while the engine block heater system is plugged in. So you guys, if you've watched, followed along with this, so that has been a thing, but there is a fix for that now. It does say original owner letters will be mailed the week of January 5th. Owners of vehicles that have been added to the program, they're going to get sent theirs next week. So there you go. So that's the engine block heater issue, which we've known was a known issue, which is why we couldn't get engine block heater orders scheduled. This next one is a safety recall, 24S78. And this one is an update. Originally, the advance notice came out January 2nd. So this has already got the fix already, which is nice. This is for 2020 to 22 model year Super Duties and 21 to 22 medium duty trucks with the 6.7 diesel engine. So 297,704 vehicles are affected by this one. And this is the one that we talked about just not that long ago. Well, actually, we might not have covered it because we didn't cover recalls one of the weeks. So in some of the affected vehicles, a high-pressure fuel pump may fail, which may result in extended cranking without starting while the vehicle is parked and or a loss of motive power while driving. Prior to the loss of motive power, customers may experience a check engine light, noise, and reduced engine performance. A loss of motive power increases the risk of a crash. So it does say on this one here, the letters are going out this week to those owners as well that could be fixed. So they may roll out in several weeks to help dealers fulfill those and fix those vehicles. All right, here's another one that the recall is available, but this is an update to the recall. Safety recall 25SD8. This is supplement number 1. The original recall, safety recall, came out December 15th. This is for 26 model year Super Duty vehicles with the 10.5-inch single axle wheel. So this in here, 6,806 are affected by this one. Some of the affected vehicles, the rear right-hand axle shaft may have been manufactured without properly completing the electromagnetic induction heat treatment process, making the axle shaft susceptible to fracture. Fractured rear axle shaft could result in a loss of motor power while driving or vehicle rollaway while the vehicle is placed in park and the parking brake is not applied. Got to make sure we put those parking brakes on, folks, just in case. Anyway, this in here, it said owner letters are expected to be mailed out mid-January 2026. So those should be rolling out for those owners sometime. I like these ones that have the fix. No, we're not waiting on the fix on these. This in here is another one of those safety recall 25S56 supplement number 1. This is for 2020 model year Expedition and Navigators with the pre-collision assist system, which they all should have. 554 are affected by this one. So these are vehicles that just built in a short span here. According to Ford's records, these are vehicles that didn't get the recall taken care of correctly. So according to Ford's records, certain 2020 model year Expedition Navigator vehicles equipped with the pre-collision assist system may have the remedy of the safety recall 20S20 installed correctly, but were recorded as having received repair successful. May not have had the remedy installed correctly, but recorded as it was done successfully. So those owners will get mailed out this week, actually, to let them know about that. So anyway, so they have to have it done correctly. All right. And this in here, actually, we covered already. So there you go. Those are the recalls. So not too bad. So any questions before we head in? And again, I sent those to Brian, to Dave. If you want to jump in, we're about ready to jump in and start talking about Detroit Auto Show stuff, reveals, different things like that. If you guys want to jump in and join us, you're welcome to. And otherwise, we'll get going on our own there. So,
yeah.
Let me remove this from the studio. All right. Any questions there? As I take a drink of my Red Bull.
No, I have not seen questions. Henry Stoyer snuck in.
Oh, yeah.
You can't sneak in. I will find you. I will see you.
Well, you can only sneak in if you don't comment. Once you comment, you're on the radar.
You're on it. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Brian says, working on it. I'm hurting my kids to bed like a sheepdog.
I understand. You understand.
I understand. No, you understand too.
Yes.
You herded us four to bed all the time.
Yeah. And your kids too right now.
My youngest is a stubborn little boy who has.
He's not allowed to stay in our house right now. He doesn't want to either.
Last time, no, he does want to. He wants to have the sleepover, but doesn't understand that means that you sleep.
Well, the older ones don't understand it either.
Will understands.
That was actually that was Sunday night that they stayed over. Will and Jaden.
Yeah.
So you came to pick up Theo.
Yes. And then the last time we did that, we were going to see Kill Bill in theaters for their anniversary showing. And we got home, and as soon as we walked through the door at 1 a.m., I get a call from Mom, and she's like, "Come get your child. He's still awake." And I'm like, "He's still awake?" And she's like, "Yes, he's awake, and he says he's not going to sleep. He's waiting for you." Okay, I'll be right over. He even told me, "I know sleep at Grammys."
Nope.
Okay.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Well, the two boys we had, we watched actually Sonic 2. So Jaden goes and does his bathroom routine, right? It takes a while. So we started watching it with Will, and we were watching it together.
He loves Sonic 2.
And we watched that. And then
did he quote any of it for you?
There's, you know what though? There's a couple of things in there that aren't really 100% appropriate.
I know.
There's like one of them, like even Jaden, it's like, I was like, yeah, I know. You're not supposed to say that.
The naughty words.
Well, there's not a lot of real bad words.
Yeah.
But, he says but and some things like that. Like, I mean, but anyway.
Yes.
So some of the stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I was like, okay.
It's not incredibly inappropriate, but they do try and sneak a couple things in there.
They sneak some things in, and I'll tell you, Jaden catches them.
Yes.
Like he catches them.
Yes. My kids, it blows over their head at this point.
Well, especially if the closed captions on there. Jaden reads everything. And he's a fast reader too. I can't read them all. I'm like, how are you reading all that?
I was watching a movie the other day, and it was like intense music, and I was like, okay. Intense music.
That's usually how he catches it, because he sees those bad words pop up there. And it's like, I didn't even realize that was in that movie. I've watched it before.
See, I've started playing Angel for the boys, because on Angel you can have the bad words blipped out.
Look at that. All right. Well, we got one person in here, and Brian might join us here in just a little bit. Let's bring Dave in from the green room.
What's up, guys?
Oh, we can't hear you. Hold on.
We got to turn our audio on. Try it now.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right, sweet.
Cool. Yeah, we usually don't have any audio on because we don't have guests always, but we have it here. So, how's it going?
Not bad, man. Not bad. We're in Tennessee, all preparing for snowpocalypse. So past that, we're doing pretty good.
I've been told we're supposed to get some snow like Thursday, Friday, or something here. So, and normally I don't. The only thing is I don't like it because it makes our process of picturing cars a little harder.
Well, we aren't picturing this week,
but we're not picturing this week. So snow, come on if you want it. My Bronco's ready for it.
Well, some of the European models here were saying you could get 17 inches of snow. If my town got 17 inches of snow, It's over for a week or so. Like, you might as well forget it.
About 2 inches in Texas, and it's over.
Yeah.
It's like they were like, "What is this stuff? Come
Yeah.
in." Anyway, but no, we last year was the first one that we got like a foot of snow at once, like 12 inches, and that's very rare for us. I mean, usually 4, 6, not it's typical, but to get that much and that span, a lot of people were like shut in, and we're like, "We'll bring you groceries, like, we'll go." And
Yeah.
we were preparing
to get out the Bronco.
We were
Meanwhile,
doing the Walmart order today of like, well, we'll just have a couple snacks just in case.
Right.
yeah.
Anyway, but I was able to join you a little bit on Sunday, but then the grandkids pulled me away. But so I didn't get a chance to touch base. But we'll talk more about the RTR in a little bit, but and some of the other reveals and stuff like that, and some of the things that you saw at the auto show. So
yeah, I think
great
Tim, I
insight.
think you're being quiet, you're being coy, you just want to save the good content for your channel. I get it.
Yeah, we just talked RTR.
Yeah.
I got a whole stack of stuff we're going to talk about. No, I thought, well, let's go through all the different reveal stuff that we talked about and saw and everything. And be honest, I'm not a huge I'm not really into racing
Right.
that much. So some of that I'm just like, oh, we're going to cover this, but I don't know much. I really need to learn more. So I need to get into it.
Listening to your stories about I don't know who this person is earlier. That was great.
Like, I didn't either. I'm like, they're like, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm supposed to get this. I was supposed to get Max Verstappen's autograph for some people, and I'm like, I don't know what it looks like. I better Google it. It's like, because it looks like because I see him.
Right.
I guess
yeah.
Tim got the chance to interview him.
Yeah, I asked him if he gave him any driving tips. He didn't respond to that though. Look at
anyway,
like y'all sip at the same time. You're so in sync with this channel.
We're supposed to rotate it, so there's
We
no
are.
dead air. I do actually have some stuff though. We can pull up to kind of go about this. Did you see the information on the Ford and Carhartt partnership?
Just glanced at it a little bit. I'll be honest. Anytime any manufacturer tends to do stuff like this, I sort of tune it out because Carhartt had a partnership with General Motors for a while, and that just didn't seem to go much anywhere. So, I for some reason I just don't get caught up in those things.
Yeah, I did kind of read some of the press information on this, and I was there at the reveal, and it was more than just having a Carhartt edition Super Duty, like they do with the King Ranch. It's more also in some of the other programs that they're trying to help fund, and like the Ford Auto Tech scholars and that kind of stuff, and help with funding on that. Of course, these guys they can do that, just like we sponsor to some local charities as well. They can do that too, but I thought that was kind of interesting of some of the programs that they're helping to partner. And I guess Carhartt's actually been kind of involved in the Tool Bank or something for a while, which is a nonprofit organization that provides like tools and stuff for people. So that's and to help them with education and stuff for their trade and all that, which I think is good because really like technicians, it is a struggle to get good technicians. It really is. And so I think that's good that they're
Ford's pushing for that big time too.
Yes. And I will say we have a lot of highly certified technicians here. Master techs is what they're called.
Yeah.
And we have some even that we have a good mentor program here within the dealership. And we have a really high master techs that are usually working with early technicians and helping them, teach them. And I'll hear them as I go through the shop of, now, when you did this, what did you get from that? And I mean, they're really like teaching each other. And in fact, we were at the embargoed event for the Maverick, and one of our master techs was there.
Yeah.
And they were brought up to Dearborn for some stuff. So it's
nice.
pretty cool. But it's really difficult to find good technicians anymore.
Have either of you seen the Farley came out and said, hey, we want to pay techs. Like we know this is there's good money to be had in this field. And especially if you don't want to go to college, but I've seen a rash of TikTok stuff. Now it's TikTok, so I never put my faith in it, but a rash of technicians complaining. And they were showing them. I seen one where they took the dash out to do some change the radio or something like that. And they're like, this is why you can't get technicians, Farley. And I'm like, you realize like you're getting paid. Yeah, some of them, I guess, $100,000 a year. Like, they don't just give you money for like changing the tires. Like, I've seen a rash of these technicians kind of complaining.
We had the master tech I was telling you about. He actually, there was a Maverick that some of the Mavericks were having some issues with some electrical issues or something in the first 25s or whatever. And he had taken this completely apart. This is a brand new vehicle that just was delivered, and he had the seats out and everything, trying to get it to down to the wires to get it all out to figure out what was wrong. And end up being a deal where the FDRS tool hadn't updated. And so once they got the update, all they had to do is plug it in, and it took care of it.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. But yeah, he's taken a few vehicles down to the bones almost. So it's really cool. I'm like, well, I hope you don't have any extra screws.
Right. Because I'm assuming tech, like Ford official techs, they get paid by book hours and stuff, right?
Yeah. So my dad actually is a retired Ford transmission guy, and he got paid really well. And because he got really good, he fixed things right the first time is what the goal is, right? And he would get frustrated because the second time around you don't get to get paid for it. Right. Well, he was fixing a lot of other technicians' mistakes, so the second time around they'd give it to him because they knew he'd fix it right. And so, which he would get frustrated with that because that's something where he wouldn't get paid as well on it. Right. It's like, just give it to me the first time, or something. But he was really good. And I didn't get any of that from him. I have no idea. I remember early on when I was selling, I'm like, hey, there's these truck guys. They know this stuff really well, and I don't. So what's a gear ratio? And I'm learning from him because I'm like, tell me, what does this stuff mean? What does it do and everything? But but I did not get any of the, being a mechanic from him at all. So I'm learning a lot more with the Bronco because I want to do some of that stuff, but I still I won't replace my own shocks and some of that stuff. Forget it.
Yeah.
So anyway, but no. And then of course there will be a Super Duty that they kind of showed off the wheel there, but not the rest of the vehicle. So anyway,
never the rest of the vehicle.
So we'll see. I don't think they're ready to show off the vehicle actually.
Is this a part of the refresh for, I guess, 27 now?
And maybe that's why
they're not showing it.
Oh, maybe. It is a cool looking wheel.
Oh yeah, very cool.
So,
Can I add him?
Oh yeah. I didn't see him down there. Okay. Hey.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Cool.
Pretty. Yep.
We heard you. We got you in here. But yeah, so the Carhartt, that's a cool looking wheel and everything. And so we'll just see. My curiosity is if it's going to be a trim level or a package. So, I mean, it's hard to tell what they're going to do for the Carhartt, but we'll see. I don't know. I know their clothes pretty stand up. I mean, I don't own any of the Carhartt clothes. They're expensive, but I know that they'll last. So anyway, we'll see. But all right. Well, let's get into Bronco stuff because I do have the next couple that I want to talk about. First off is a search and rescue, which Dave, I know you saw that at the auto show.
Yeah.
Saw that one. We were there when they actually talked about the search and rescue and what they're wanting to do because Farley went on that off-road trip, and that trip he learned some of the sheriffs and stuff like that how they were using their Broncos and stuff like that to help when in their areas and everything. And that's when supposedly he said he came back and realized that they need to help deliver more of these vehicles to people that are in need. And anyway, so they already have 2 of them that have been delivered and out. They're calling it Answer the Call. That's what they call it.
Yep.
There's a National Association for Search and Rescue, NASAR. And so this is collaboration with Bronco Wild Fund. They want to supply 5 vehicles, and they've already actually supplied 2. So Kern County Fire and Rescue has 1, and that's the Bronco behind him. And then also there's the Teton County Search and Rescue in Wyoming. They received theirs on Tuesday night at the event.
Yeah.
So they received theirs. So they haven't had a chance to use it yet, but and then they're looking for other people. to receive these. And so these are going to be, Dave, you saw this one, the Badlands Edition, front and rear locker, Sasquatch, roof rack and such. I don't know if it's going to get a light kit to start with or not, but pretty much capable, right? I mean, Bronco Badlands, you guys have both owned Badlands Edition, so you guys know how capable they are. But they said people can go and sign up now, starting last week through April 30th, if they want to, basically be granted one of these Broncos. So they got to go to nasar.org. So anyway, I know that Moab, I don't know if they need any, but they have probably more rescues there in Moab than almost any area probably. But
Yeah.
but anyway,
I can see if I can tell you ride that area.
yeah, Colorado. See, the thing about Colorado is a lot of theirs are summertime only, but like some areas, like in California and some of these areas, that's year round.
Yeah.
Rescuing people. So that's the thing, is they probably are gonna look for places that maybe don't have the funding, or that would use it more, right, and take more use of it, right? So anyway, I don't know.
Did you? Because I didn't. So I didn't get any. We talked about this the other day. For some reason, I didn't get any press materials from Ford on some of this stuff. Was there anything else special? Anything that made, other than, hey, these are just, we're donating Broncos? What was the? Because Ford, usually these companies, they send these out for their own local light packages to be done. So Ford wouldn't do any of that. Other than, is it just a Badlands? Is that?
It says in here that they're donating Bronco Badlands models equipped with the Sasquatch package, purpose built for the most unforgiving terrain. It does say that they're partnering with Darley to upfit them with specialized gear, including Starlink satellite connectivity for remote communication, drone technology for aerial reconnaissance, and tough to reach areas, and advanced winches and recovery gear.
Okay, so they are doing a little something extra.
Yeah, it does sound like they're going to spec them out a little bit, and I think they're going to include lights, a roof rack and that kind of stuff. But then they're going to, looks like this one here where they put the lights in the grill and some things like that. And that one doesn't have a winch, but looks like they're going to. That's their idea. So
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I don't know, kind of cool.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see who gets them. But it looks like sometime in May they'll probably announce. And I didn't get any of the embargoed information on the Bronco RTR or this, or the Carhartt. I did, but not this stuff, this information. But I got this. It's on the website from theroad.ford.com now.
Yeah. I did a short I haven't released yet. Trying to. So
we did a short.
Out.
We did a lot of shorts. That's what we focused in on at the auto show this year. But
yeah.
So. Which really you can cover about most of this stuff in about 3 minutes. Most of that, walk
yeah,
around.
I did. I think I did a quick kind of going through the booth short of Ford's booth, and I think it was just a little bit over 3 minutes. And Instagram didn't like it as far as the length, but everybody else, TikTok, everybody else liked it. And I was like, well, sorry, Instagram.
Well, I think Instagram sometimes they want you to be under 2.
Really?
So I do try to be under 2.
Yeah.
I think they'll let you go to 3, but I don't know. I think you get a bigger impact, like exposure from it if it's under 2. Like,
I see that. Do you have the link or the website
for what?
For the
article?
No, for the where they can go.
Oh, probably just the Wild Fun website, I would guess, right?
Okay.
It's the National Search and Rescue website.
Okay.
NASAR.org. National Search and Rescue. National Association of Search and Rescue. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Someone asked for it, so I thought I'd put it in.
Yeah, sure. But that brings us to, I think, RTR.
Ooh.
We can get Brian's input on this too. On the RTR Bronco, and I know Dave probably talked about it probably more extensively than we will tonight, but what are your kind of thoughts on the RTR? I know that Dave, you got a chance to see it in person as well as we did. Brian, give us a little bit. What do you think on that? You like
Yeah,
it?
so I love the look. It's probably not for everyone, but I love the neon green. I like neon green and neon orange on gray, and we got neon green on gray. So it's
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
down my
And,
alley.
and
I
Avalanche
also
is
think,
available in 26 model year, so it looks like it's be available in 27 as well.
Ooh.
So
yeah. I also
Okay.
think it kind of feels, ever since they discontinued the black diamond trim, I know why they did it, because it matches up nicely with Bronco Sport. But ever since they discontinued black diamond, and even though it's a package, there's like a gap in between Big Bend and Badlands, and this kind of fills that gap. So makes sense to me.
yeah, and
Um,
I was reading the article from the road.ford.com. And so it's actually, it looks like it's kind of written by Vaughn in a sense. And so they're basically
team.
what they said in here was with them we needed to bring this kind of high speed adrenaline, and talking about Johnson Valley and such, to people who don't have a Raptor budget.
Yes.
So we know Raptor is 90, pretty much 90,000 or 80 now, right?
Yep.
80,000. So that's kind of what he's saying here. So we're kind of talked about that. It does give you more than what Black Diamond does, in a sense that you get the bigger cooling fan, right? Or radiator, right? Cooling fan, 1,000 watt, like the Bronco or Raptor gets. And then also gets you, it's supposed to be a wider stance. And we, Dave and I, we were there and we didn't feel like it looked any wider than any of the others, but maybe, it's a Haas 2.0. So maybe that's in its sense, just pushes it out enough. So it's going to be standard Haas 2.0, which is nice as well. Even if you do go with the standard with the 33s, you're still getting a Haas 2.0 suspension. So you're getting, again, some of the Badlands components, but
are they not muddying the water though, Tim? I mean, because you're just making it so strange to go, as a person who might come to your dealership and say you have one of these that doesn't have the sticker packaging on it, they can't really tell much being difference from a Badlands. It just feels like you keep throwing parts from the high end vehicle into this lower end vehicle, and at some point, a customer that may not know off road parts are just like, what's I'm going with the cheaper one because I don't understand why, or what makes this one more special than the other.
yeah. And I think this gives you a kind of some upscale look and all that. I still, like, we've been talking, we were talking here at the dealership as well as we've talked in person about it. And it's like, I want to see what the price is going to be, because, I mean, the Sasquatch one, I think will be, I just have this feeling that the Sasquatch version is going to be Badlands version, like a standard Badlands, non-Sasquatch. So I think that's where it's going to hit, was right around that 50 range. And I think a non-Sasquatch one needs to come in the mid 40s. I don't know. So we'll see.
Now, this makes it so that RTR, because we've had RTR Bronco here. We've had it here as a package and available, but it's not readily accessible to everyone. You have to find an RTR dealer to find this package. So now it's readily available for anyone that wants an RTR
At any dealer.
At any dealer.
That makes sense. I mean,
have you sold a Bronco with the RTR package though?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've gotten a couple. We've gotten a couple because we are a dealer that's an RTR dealer. In fact, we got one coming in the Mr. Chrome
Mm-hmm.
some point. Supposedly we're one of the first ones to get one with the Mr. Chrome painted roof.
But
I
don't think Roush is a household name. It almost is for almost any automotive known world.
For at least F-150, yeah.
At least for F-150 or Mustang, Roush is out there. So I think, Vaughn's kind of seen that, his stuff is comparable to Roush. His stuff on Bronco could even almost, you could say, a bit better because of the capability that he's offering to it. So he's just trying to bring it to a more available market and get it out there more. Get his name out there, because some people don't know that he's out there.
Because for years, really, they've just been basically a parts store in a sense of all these parts. We'll send a dealer and the dealer can put them on, suspensions, wheels and such. And some of them you couldn't get unless you got the whole package. Like the graphics, like I asked him for that when we had the Maverick. I'm like, you need to do something with Maverick. And so I'm like, okay, so the Bronco Sports, shocks could go on a Maverick. So I could do that. I said, can you send me some graphics? And he's like, no. So they're like the graphics are not a giveaway. The graphics they go on a package with a package. So there's no way you're going to get it unless it's a package. But I know he's been working, even when we did the tour, working real hard with Ford to really have Ford and Fence just do it, drop it to them. Roush doesn't have that yet. But Roush has a facility that can install them a lot better than what RTR didn't have the facility to install.
They were when we went and did the tour, they were actually working on this and getting to this point.
Yeah.
Of having it done either by Ford or drop shipping to a specific location to have this put on.
Because I do think that Fox is putting them together. But so I think but I don't know. Otherwise.
But if I lived somewhere that doesn't have an RTR dealer, because not every region has an RTR dealer, this would make it so that I can go to any dealer and go, hey, I want this Bronco. Let's order it.
Yeah.
And you can get it. And you don't have to worry about finding someone that's RTR verified or supported.
I've never met anybody who knows who RTR is ever.
Yeah. Well, I've
seen Mustangs with their lights and stuff that I guarantee the kid probably bought that way from a secondary dealer or something. But I don't know any. That's my only thing, and it's nothing against Vaughn and Lauren and them. They don't. I know you got to start somewhere with brand recognition, and slowly you build. Roush wasn't built overnight. But and they also confused me with do one or the other right now. Let's do Mustang or Bronco, and I'm sure Bronco's a better deal for them because it's a higher volume vehicle for Mustang. But Vaughn's known as a drifter. He's not been a dirt guy that I know of till really Bronco came around.
Yeah.
Lauren is definitely he's the dirt racer guy. But we talked about this the other night, Tim. I don't like the sticker package on the side, which I think you said was removable. It's a package.
I don't know. I don't see it in the notes now here. So maybe.
I think it was. I think in the media release or maybe on Instagram, Vaughn said you could order it without the graphics package.
Okay. I was thinking I heard it somewhere and it might've been that night.
Yeah.
But
I did hear someone go, that yellow. And I'm like, they're like, what's up with that yellow? Why that? And I'm like, don't you know that's his signature color? Is the Hyper Lime?
Yeah.
Like that's Vaughn's signature color.
Well, I need to find and put it on Instagram. I have pictures of all their stuff from SEMA 21. Yeah. And that's why I guess I poo on this just a little bit because I know this is their look, but I feel like I've seen this car for 4 years or this SUV for 4 years. And so me as somebody who follows Bronco quite a bit, it looks old already to me. But that's not to say this doesn't attract new customers. I love the wheels, like the beauty rings, the green. I think me and Brian were talking about that the other day. I'm a sucker for green. Like you put that in what, Brian, you said orange or green or something like that to you. Yep. It's a magnet for me to go, I need that, except for that graphics package. I just can't get over it.
Well, maybe I actually like the graphics package, but
I like the topography on it.
I wonder if this is Ford's way of bringing some color to it without bringing that color or something. I don't know. Well, let's test this and see.
You'll see my Raptor. You'll see my Raptor at Superstyle. It's going to be the green.
Yeah.
And I think Ford's got to get with it a little bit with colors, especially. I think you're probably right if they're just testing the waters. Will people buy it? But I look across, Dearborn there at Jeep in Toledo, and they can throw anything they want at a color or something. And they have such a fan base that you can go to like the Jeep Invasion in Gatlinburg, and those people in the specific colors bond together. It's the coolest thing like they had that Tuscadero pink, which is, I don't know. It's not a hot pink. It's kind of a maroonish pink, but people were bonding over this color. And I really think Ford's missing the mark of being such a traditional, it's Bronco, it's old school, it's Heritage. Well, Heritage has some fun, bright colors. Let's get with that just a little bit.
Yeah, as a dealer, I will say though, some of those, like we've got a Mustang. What was that color last year? It was something lime.
Avocado green.
It was, and we saw it in person because on the website it looked fine. So we ordered a couple. It took a long time to sell those.
Oh, they're
and
ugly.
We actually had to put different wheels on it, and we put some stripe. We did our own stripe package on it because we had to break up that color. And
Yeah.
they did sell once we added the stripes and everything. But then you got dealers that are stuck with these colors, and there's going to be dealers that are going to be afraid to
order
order
bright
some of
colors.
those vibrant
Mhm.
colors and
Or
too accessible, you know, too
Even
much.
some people are going to be afraid to order some of those bright colors because they don't know what it looks like in person.
Yeah,
And
it's something
looking
you
at
got to see.
pictures
Yeah, you got to
online
see.
is
Well, you know,
completely
Nissan's experimenting with this. They have a green like this on their Frontier now, which is probably the wrong vehicle to try. Like, I think Bronco, Wranglers, those are already thought of as fun vehicles, so they lend themselves to fun colors. Maybe don't do that to your traditional pickup truck. And I know my local dealerships had 3 of them
Okay.
sitting on their dealership for probably 3 or 4 months
I
now.
think if you're going to add fun colors to any old regular vehicle, you got to add a pink, a baby blue, things like that are going to draw like women in because they're going to be like, oh, look at this cute car. It's so adorable. You go with normal colors that are going to attract people to those purple, pink, blue, things like that. Lime green,
There
maybe.
we do have a lot. I mean, Bronco and as well as Jeep, you get a lot of female buyers on those
Yeah.
I
now.
bet it's 50-50. I bet.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well, yeah, I mean, I'd say 50-50,
Yeah.
but
No, but I meant in this segment in general because I see so many women driving Wranglers, and not just like boring Wranglers, like really fun Wranglers, and I see it in the Bronco community as well. Brian, I'm sure you see it like on 6G. Are there women popping in when you're checking out
Yeah.
or Bronco Nation?
Yeah, there definitely is. And there's a lot of people asking for fun colors. Like I think Bronco Nation posted an Instagram post of a Bronco that looked purple. It was like in a fall setting and it looked purple. It ended up being just an edited Velocity blue Bronco, but a lot of people really liked that purple color
Yeah.
and were asking
Yeah.
for it to be added to the Bronco. It's just I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's a lot of people ask for it, but then like when the dealers actually put it on the lot, it's hard for them to sell. And I don't
it's
know
like
how
diesel engines.
I don't know how you like close that gap.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people don't know that you can special custom order vehicles. And there are a lot of sales. So the bad thing about salespeople is they want to sell a car today.
Yeah.
And so you see a lot of sales guys that don't want to order a car because that's a 3-month down the road thing. So they want to sell it today. So they'd rather sell what's out on the lot and not have them order one. So there's
Just-
the other issue.
yeah.
There's a lot of dealerships that probably aren't willing to order one. You know, if
For
they
that
want
reason.
something like, okay, well, here's what we have right here. I can order you one. It could be 3 months, you know, if you want to be specific on what you want. And they kind of make that more of a bad, you know, make it sound like it's bad. So they just buy what's available today.
Well, couldn't Ford do like a limited run of like, hey, we're doing 3,500 of this color. That's it. But I think it also, you look at Bronco, it's built in Michigan assembly plant. They're building the Ranger there, Ranger Raptor. Like Raptor lends itself, just the name alone screams excitement. And if I look at the Raptor lineup for colors other than shelter green, which isn't
It's
that
not
exciting, I like it, but there's nothing to pull me in. Even full-size F-150 Raptor, I just feel like Ford is so scared. They want volume, that sometimes they're so scared to dip their toes into try new things. And maybe that's why with the RTR, they're like, we'll let RTR put their name on it. If it works out, we're going to steal the data anyways and analyze it. And if we'll do it and maybe not.
Yeah. And there are a lot of people when I posted some stuff on like the Bronco group, one of the Bronco Facebook groups that said, this is fake news. I already have one. And they showed the RTR Bronco they have. And I'm like,
yeah,
well, you're
And it
right.
didn't come from factory.
A lot of it's there. This is a different grill because the other one they didn't have Bronco on it. Like the RTR grill that you
Doesn't
get
have
from the
Bronco.
dealer doesn't have Bronco on it.
Yeah, this looks
So
much better than their grill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this in here,
It does.
has there's the Bronco, letters, and so now it says Bronco, and because before, if you look at the other one, it's just a bar. There's Bronco's not on it because they couldn't have it on it. Now working with Bronco, they can. So that's the difference in their grill now. So the grill's different, throwing in some things, but I don't know. There's enough that there is some, like I said, some Badlands DNA in here too, and even some of the Raptor with the bigger. Now I talked on your guys' live stream the other day that that intercooler is already available through Whipple if you wanted it. You could add it. A lot of people are like, oh, you lost me at 2.3 only. you know, and I get that. You know, he said it's based on because of weight. But then if it's
I don't
based
buy
on
that.
weight,
I
yeah,
just don't buy
but
that.
based on weight, then why are you running and jumping through Johnson Valley with the Raptor? I mean, they're not going to. I mean, take this and show me that you can compete with this at
I wanna see it.
King of Hammers. I want to see it. Right? It's
Yeah.
like
Let's get one and do stock class. Let's go.
I'm like, we'll see. I don't know.
Well, this
But, you
feels
know,
like a very corporate. It feels like a corporate build that Ford said, "Hey, we're doing this. Can we throw your name on it?" Basically, it's what this feels like to me.
you know what's going to be funny is like a lot of people commented too. This is that. Well, I guess we know 27 isn't going to be a redesign year. It's like you're right. It's not.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. This was a big clue to that. But we'll probably see is there probably another reason why the 27 is not going to be available is because 27 may not be available in 27.
Oh,
Like,
me and
we've
Brian talked about that afterwards. I did a video on that, Tim. Of I was told by some people that probably shouldn't have told me this, and I always say too, it's just speculation. But yeah, the 27 is going away.
I've been told that too from some
and that
people.
the 3-liter a detuned version of the 3-liter might take its place. And if they just go pure hybrid, there's probably nothing taking its place.
Yeah. I mean, true. I mean, I don't know, but there's a lot of calibration they can do the 2.3. I mean, like that's what they're doing with this is the anti-lag system, or it's basically a ProCal that's tuned to their specifications, you know, and then getting the bigger intercooler to work and really function
Had the
better.
Bronco only came out with the 2.3, it wouldn't have stopped me from buying it. I would have been like, I still love it. That's what you get. It's fun. It's a good engine. It's peppy.
Well, isn't most of the Jeeps? I mean, I'm not a Wrangler guy, but most of the Jeeps aren't they like a 4-cylinder?
Well, they offer an outdated 3.6 V6 in it, which is it has less horsepower than what this 2.3 has. It's 280, I think. The torque numbers on it are awful. Or honestly, the better engine to get in the Wrangler is they have a 2-liter, I believe, 4-cylinder turbo. It is their bread and butter engine. Yeah.
Yeah, I went with the 2.3 because we had a Ford trainer in here, and I was trying to decide what to do, and he goes, well, go drive a Ranger, because at that time the Ranger didn't have a 2.7, and I'm like, oh, you got a good point. It's basically the same thing as a Ranger that runs with the 2.3, and they'd been doing that for several years. So I'm like, okay, so I just went with the 2.3, and I've been happy with it. It's been great.
I would venture to guess you could put a poll out in the Bronco community among 2.3 owners and ask if they regret it, and I would say most people don't at all. They're perfectly happy with the 2.3.
Well,
I do have people that are always 2.7 or bust. They automatically go towards the biggest engine available, right? There's people like that. But
what is the high test fuel? What is the horsepower output for 2.3? I forget. Is it 300 or is it more?
310 with premium. Is that right?
315 is what and I think with 330 was what 2.7. Like you're not talking anything.
Yeah. There's very little difference between them.
Oh, and I've had, in the Maverick community, and a lot of people in here in the Maverick community, and when they said they were going to put the gas filter on the Maverick, that you were going to lose like 10 horsepower or whatever it was, or 12 horsepower. And they were really upset, I'm like, I don't think you're going to feel 12 horsepower difference. I really don't. But
we've had customers call in and they go, I bought this Raptor because, I'm learning how to go off-road. I never did this before. I bought this Raptor, but it's just too much. I need something else. I've had that call a couple of times where they just bought it because it's the biggest, nicest thing that you can buy. It has all the capabilities. If you want to do it, you can do it in this. And then they get it in it and they're like, okay, I'm rock crawling or I'm just learning. I'm not going to go on these intense trails that this is made for. I don't need this. So I think there's those customers that are like, that 2.7 is too much. I need to go down to a 2.3.
What we saw early on the Bronco was people that want the most expensive. I want the fully loaded Bronco. So they went Wild Track at the time because it was the most expensive Bronco. And so just give me the loaded up one, luxury package, Wild Track. Not everybody bought a Wild Track. I won't say that, but there were a lot of people that weren't educated and they just give me the fully loaded one.
Yeah.
And if Raptor was available back then, that would have been the one they chose.
Yeah.
You know, but and so you get a little bit of that. But I think now people are learning the different trim levels and what they're for. And
I wish
they're learning.
Bronco off-roading was accessible before you got your Bronco, because then people could
Well,
go
you
and
can at $800.
It was to me. I just didn't get that invite.
Right. I don't know, but I will say I like this, and I know the RTR group and everything. I think it's a pretty cool build, and when I saw it, I was a fan of it because those squared off fender flares.
Those look great.
You can't get that on the Badlands. That'll be, they're basically repurposing the Everglades. Well, and I guess it's the same one as the Heritage Edition gets to now. So I guess they're not really needing to use it anymore. But so I don't know. We'll see.
Price point this is replacing the Everglades, because I guarantee it's about the same price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim,
Yeah.
one last thing on that front end of this. Did we ever figure out if that was a vinyl on the trail sides or was it painted? You remember? Because I know we kind of messed with it a little bit.
Where is that picture? I didn't, you know what? I didn't look at it that night. Did you notice it?
I know when we were talking the next morning,
They didn't want us up on the
messing with it.
rocks, and
Yeah.
then they blocked it off. So I couldn't really get close.
Although I feel like if we wanted to, we could.
Yeah, we
stepped up
probably.
there.
Yeah, I would probably
Maybe.
remove that if at anything that's the one thing I do not like about that package at all. I could deal with the vinyl on the side. The trail sides to me are just like, ugh.
Well, did you
I
hear
thought
the
they
rumor
were. I thought they were LED light up at first, to be honest with you. But yeah, they don't look
That would
like
be
it in
cool.
this picture.
It looked to me like it was vinyl, but I bet you it's not. I bet you it's an insert in there. But I had actually heard they were going to do away with this, so I'm
With
glad to
trail
see that.
sides?
Yeah, so at
Yeah,
least
I've
we know
heard
they're
that.
going to be on 27. So anyway, so there's that. So and then I don't know, Dave, if you got a chance to see, there was a 26 Bronco, that base squatch was a 26, and it had the A-pillar grab handle, which
Well, was
we
it
saw.
they had a 2-door? Was that it?
Yeah, the two.
They did a good job because I've never noticed them.
Yeah, I mean, and they're not like off, like they're not really out there, but
Yeah.
they do have the grab handles. So, so it looks like I assume that's going to be a job one, because I was told from somebody that the reason they didn't include that as a feature in the order guide was because they didn't know if it would be available and be ready at job one. So
Well, I was told when I was there in 24, they told me about the grab handles were coming, but I was told back then it was going to be optional. Like it was like a trim deal. But if you've seen it in the base squatch, I mean,
my assumption was it was going to be standard on all of them. I thought it'd be kind of silly for them to make it'd just be easier for production to just make it all of them. And even Ford Authority had said it would be available on higher trim levels. And I'm like, it's not really the impression that I got when we were there looking at the 60th anniversry, but
I got to see the stamping of it though. Hey,
so, I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I probably would use it to get in. I definitely think we would, because we have one of those paracord ones, and where that's located, that is kind of a weird location to use it to get in. I do like to use it when I'm in. I'll hold on to it, put my arm, and kind of hold on to it.
No, I like to use it when I get in.
Do you? Okay.
I don't like the A-pillar.
I use the steering wheel to get in as a driver.
You know what I don't use is the one in the dash.
Right. I've used it a couple times. I will say that.
I'll say, okay, A-pillar is a little bit lower than the one up here, but I do have to reach forward and then get in.
I would say it's located in the same place that like our Expedition is, and we use it all the time. So
I don't know. I don't know.
So the 2-door base squash they had, did it have the new Sasquatch wheels on it?
It had, yes, it did.
What do you think of those? Those seem to be kind of a hot topic. I think a lot of people liked the Everglade wheels better.
No, I think they had. They might have had the bead locks. I can't remember.
I'm trying to see if I have any
pictures.
pictures.
That video goes live tomorrow. I did a video on it, and the Bronco Sport, and so I did a video on it. So I'll have to look. Hold on. because I took a thumbnail photo for the thumbnail. Oh yeah, it's got the bead lock.
It's got the bead locks on it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got the bead lock, so that's the optional upgraded wheel. So it didn't have the standard wheel.
Yeah, they're bead lock wheels on it.
Yeah,
It was the ruby red one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did a video because there was some confusion on the order guide. So it's the newest order guide has the correct wheel now in the wheel photo because it's the Ford Performance wheel. It's the Sasquatch wheel now, but because there was a lot of confusion on that. So even had somebody that reached out from Ford that's not a brand manager to clarify that because he was like, yeah. Or I reached out to him asking about the wheel and the confusion on it and everything else. So, and he let me know that everybody's got it wrong. So I was like, well, can you tell us what it is so we can get it right? So anyway, because we're only going off the information that was on the build and price and everything.
So the wheel, it's not the Everglades wheel anymore. Is it the wheel with all the spokes?
It's the classic Sasquatch package wheel.
Yeah. Actually, build and price might be right now. Which actually, if you're on a phone, it's hard to find the build and price for 26. I've had people tell me that they can't find the 26 build and price, and I'm like, well, it's available. And so they couldn't find it. And on a desktop, it's a lot easier to get to. Let me switch over to this.
It's funny, Tim, you were talking about that. I see now the grab handle in that Bronco, and just went. Of course, I'm doing a quick shorts on these, so I'm not focused. I'm just like glancing and just hitting a few high points. But yeah, I do see that in that base watch.
And it's easy to just notice it as being still there. One of the things that I didn't realize, and I guess I never focused, because we have 2 doors and 4 doors in, is, the console looks different on the for 25 model year because of the vents in the back. So you have that, like where it says a phone holder is. That's not a wireless charging pad, but it's kind of sits up a little bit, and on the right side's, lower. But on the 2-door, you don't have that because they don't have the vents in the back. So it's just like it was before, prior to 25. And I was like, I didn't catch it. I'm like, oh, looks like the console went back to where it was before for 26. And I went, wait a minute, let me go look at this 20. Oh, the difference is a 4-door, 2-door, and what the console looks like down in there in that media bin area. But hold on. Let me look at this. I want to see if they have the right wheel on the Sasquatch package. Well, it's kind of hard because you're seeing it from a big distance, so you can't really. Here, let me pull this up. I think I got to remove this. Well, let me share my screen. Yeah. All right, so I'm on the building price here, and usually, where's the wheel?
Oh, okay, that's different than what they had a month ago, so they changed it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your matte black alloy. So that's your Sasquatch wheel right there. So basically,
I'm not a fan of that.
That's what the Ford Performance wheel looked like, but it had a machine on it. So we had one of our members that had has that wheel but it has a machine finish to it. But yeah, that's your Sasquatch wheel, and this is your upgraded. If you go with the bead lock with it.
Okay, and that's the correct one, because for a while they had the same wheel that was on the freewheeling package, just with a white trim ring white instead of a red.
So they
trim
had
ring.
the wrong wheel listed. And so it looked like the black freewheeling. That's the DIO wheel. If you want to get the DIO wheel, that's what that black one. So it's like this, but with a black ring. That's a DIO wheel.
Okay.
You don't get on. This is Big Ben, so you don't get it. But it's a freewheeling, which looks cool. But I talked to him about it. I'm like, but why a DIO? And they said because they're out of how many wheels they can have at the factory. And that's why they had to make it a DIO. I'm like, okay, well, good to know.
Hey, quick question, because you just mentioned it. Are his freewheeling package coming back for 26, 27?
Yeah, on the Big Ben. Yeah. Yep.
That's another, we talked about that the other day. That's another muddying of the water of you got that special package, this thing, there's the Black Diamond package. If obviously we've been around Broncos for 4 or 5 years now, as far as like covering this generation. If you're a new customer that just saw the Bronco and is like, I'm going to go order it, I cannot imagine pulling out the catalog of like, oh, how many, like it just seems so confusing anymore.
Yeah.
Big Ben in particular has a lot of packages.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Big Ben is, it's got a lot of
You
stuff.
could price yourself into a Badlands in a Big Ben package.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, and then did you see the Badlands where you can get all those different color tops?
Yes.
Did you have anyone that ordered a different color top?
No.
I'm very curious if we'll actually see any.
Well,
I'm like, who's going to order a black Bronco with the white? Like, I don't understand. I get like black tops, gloss tops go great with probably every trim, and you might want body matching. But at what point do you go, nope, that's how I'm ordering it? Like, he's got it right there. I want that blue top, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's my dream version.
You can do like the red top with marsh gray too. That's a good one. Somebody out there is going to do like a red, white, and blue Bronco. I just know it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because if you go white exterior, all the color tops are available on white, except for white.
Yeah. Can't have body colored.
Well, you can't have body colored, I guess. Or wait.
Can't be doing that now.
I don't know. But then you get and then like Heritage Edition, you can get like white now. You can get a white Heritage Edition. So they don't.
Now. Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think we had discussed that they didn't want white top optional because the Heritage is a white top.
Yeah.
So they're keeping white top optional away, and keeping that for Heritage.
But yeah, but they still don't do being in KU territory here. They won't let me go red with the blue or blue with the red top. Like, come on.
Or blue with the red top, or the other way.
Yeah, see, it kicks off. So I'm like, I want to do a blue exterior with a red top, or a red with a blue top.
Which I get, like, hey, this is who's crazy enough to
that would let us have some more fun colors.
No, but we're gonna ship this, and nobody's gonna actually pick it up. I can see them do that, but even the white with some of the colors, I'm like,
but
you better get a deposit.
That doesn't look too bad right there.
Okay, I really like that
because that's got the Velocity blue white top and then red letters. That's getting pretty close.
I think if I were to order me another Bronco, just as hey, this is probably a street queen. I've got my off-road Raptor. I think I would order a two-door and make it a Heritage of some sort, man. Just buy that grill separately, whatever I had to do that.
Yeah, but what we can do is work with somebody else that goes and gets a Badlands white with the blue top, and then we swap the tops. So then we have an all blue top and then an all white Heritage, which you can get a Heritage Edition all white, but then you can get a Bronco white top. We had somebody that wanted like
all right, let's set this up for a supercell top swap.
Like we had somebody that wanted a Wild Track, but they wanted the way they wanted the original Wild Track wheel, and stuff, and Wild Track wasn't available anymore. So I'm like, well, you go Badlands, and then you can add the black appearance package, but you couldn't add. It was something where they couldn't get quite what they wanted, and so we're like, well, what we can do is we can order a Big Ben with that. We can swap because they wanted the carbonized gray top, and so you couldn't do it with the black appearance package. I'm like, no, but we can get a Big Ben, and we can just take the black top and put it on the Big Ben because that would sell. So we were willing to order another one for them and swap the roofs.
Yeah.
So,
Brian, your cat wants to be on TV badly.
Yeah, that's Chicago. Chicago is on a diet and he is hungry.
Oh.
Anyway, but yeah, so Bronco stuff right there. I always enjoy talking Bronco stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, and then questions.
So is this RTR going to be your next Bronco? Because I did see an Instagram post where you said, "Is this going to be my next Bronco?" with a question mark.
I like it. I might have to buy. We still have some 25s that we aren't selling. It's like that I ordered. I'm like, uh-oh. And my GM's like, I can get you a really good deal on that Big Ben you ordered with the Ford Custom Garage package. I'm like, it'd have to be the one with the rear locker. So,
yeah.
But no, he's trying to entice me. I'm like, nah. But
they need a Raptor.
No, we got plenty of those. We're turning them all into alphas. I hopefully they don't.
Oh,
I don't
I
like
have
the 22-inch wheels.
I got a great question for everybody here. Have y'all seen on the Reels TikTok side the guy? I don't know what Ford dealership or Lincoln dealership it is, where they're trying to do a Lincoln Bronco.
Mm-mm.
This guy's bought a brand. I mean, it's a dealership of some sort, and they're trying to convert this Raptor into the Lincoln version. And then they partnered with Best Top to put their new electric top on it. And I'm like, why would you want the lesser top? I don't. But yeah, this guy's trying to somehow customize a Raptor and make it a luxury vehicle.
I don't know. I mean, you got you got that vintage Bronco, the vintage company or whatever that does a lot of like old school look and everything on the Bronco and all that.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. That to me is more luxurious than maybe trying to convert it into a Lincoln, because those are pretty nice interior and everything on those. But I don't know. So,
like, why would you take something that sells and turn it into a brand that sometimes sells, sometimes doesn't sell?
I know we're all Broncos, but I'm about done talking Bronco stuff. So you guys are willing to, like, you don't have to stick around any longer. I appreciate the time you guys have spent.
Yeah.
We're going to talk Maverick. We're going to talk the Ford Racing event. But you guys are willing to stick around if you want, or don't. I won't be offended if you want to leave.
Yeah, I'm probably going to bail on that one. Hey, thanks for having me on, Tim.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, and we'll get you on in future episodes. So we get more guests on. So both of you. So definitely. Especially when we talk Bronco.
I want to tell your crowd real quick. Go to what am I? 1990s. AlterrateNation.com. Check out the new site, man. I would greatly appreciate some.
Oh, you got a new one? Well, now I got to check it out.
Whoa, I got to stick around for Brian's review now.
I don't have a website. I'm not that sophisticated.
Come on, guy, get with it. Go daddy. Like, it's whatever a month. I don't know.
He wouldn't have ever got his put together if it weren't for Jeff.
Yeah. It's kind of like Dave were you there when he asked what are you doing on your shorts and everything? I said, Jeff. He's my source. Send it to him.
Thumbnails, Jeff. Shorts, Jeff. Website, Jeff.
What is that? The company I was using to help
Graphics,
put the
Jeff.
words on there. I can't remember what company that was.
Logos, Jeff.
Yeah.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah.
I actually got my keychain that says I'm my family's IT support. He's like, don't do that. Now they're all gonna. I was like, no, you are my IT.
Actually, I shouldn't say that Jeff does them. I should say Shutterduck.
Shutterduck. Plug his name.
Yeah.
Shutterduck.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, Tim, Sarah,
all right.
greatly appreciate y'all having me on, and I'm sure we'll see
and
each other
check
again
out.
soon.
And I have a link to both of these guys' YouTube channels down below in the.
We'll get your new website down there too.
Yeah,
we'll appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
I'll stick around for Ford Racing. I'm jazzed about Ford Racing.
Well, you might be able to educate me then. Well, the Ford Maverick, that's next up on our list here. Let's see if I in my slides. There we go. The Ford Maverick won the
Ford
another
Maverick
award. The Lobo version.
Lobo.
Not just
Very
all of them.
specific.
Yes, Lobo won the North American Truck of the Year, and I didn't realize this, but the Ford trucks have won it last 6 years.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that. So 6 years ago it was a F-150. Let's see, I had it here somewhere. It was an F-150, and then Maverick won it 5 years ago when it first launched and came out. And then F-150 Lightning won it. Super Duty won it when they did a redesign. Ranger won it. And now the Maverick Lobo won it again. So it's won it twice in the last 6 years. So, which is kind of cool. But there were some criteria. I wanted to, gosh, where was that? Hold on. Let me try to find it, because they had criteria of what made them available to be looked at. So to be recognized as a North American Truck of the Year, vehicles must be new or substantially changed for the year. A jury of 50 independent automotive journalists from across the United States and Canada evaluates candidates based on innovation, design, safety, performance, technology, user experience, driver satisfaction, and value. So that's not
Okay.
just value.
So they've already won Maverick. The Mavericks already won a NAC toy, right?
Yes.
They have. So they couldn't have won it again for just Maverick. So they had to win it for Maverick Lobo.
Yeah, but it did get a redesign in 25. But
True.
I don't know if you remember, because we were upset we didn't get invited, but they gave a lot of the journalists, they brought them in to drive the Lobo. Remember when they were doing the Bronco Sport Sasquatch? We didn't get invited to that. So this was probably a big deal, was invite journalists in to drive it, the Lobo version. And that's probably how the Lobo got on their radar. But
Yeah.
I will say this. We did drive one. We did a test drive of one anyway. One here. And I will say that it is a great system. I mean, that advanced four-wheel drive from the Bronco Sport basically is what it has. The trimmer,
Our
right?
sport truck's based off Lobo, right?
Yes.
So I got
It
to
is
take
Lobo.
one for the
Yes.
Maverick meetup out on a dirt road.
Yes.
It's handled very nicely.
So I don't know if we're getting background from
I think it's Brian's mic.
that. He's
Or
got
audio.
a good one.
He does.
But want to make sure it wasn't ours. But yeah, so that's pretty. I don't know. So yeah, it's not just that, but it has an advanced all-wheel drive system with the 7-speed quick shift transmission. Aren't you a Focus guy? You have a Focus?
I am a Focus guy. Yeah.
Did you ever have the RS? Because I think that's the same one.
No,
from the
that was like a dream, vehicle growing up. Obviously, it got discontinued in the U.S.
Same.
like right before I could afford one. But the Bronco
Yeah.
came out instead, so I'm good.
Yeah. So it is a twin clutch rear drive unit, just like the Maverick. I did, and I owned a Maverick trimmer for a while, and it basically has the same all-wheel drive system as that. And I will say it was, even though it's got a 2.0 and they wanted a 2.3 in this, man, it delivers the power where it needs to, man. You can corner with that, and it'd be even with the trimmer version. So the Lobo being lower, of course, I did take it out and test this, and I did some S curves, and that thing handles incredible, being lowered and everything else. So I'm not surprised about how the quality of the drive, and they get standard ActiveX seats too. As those. Now they need to deliver that to the F-150 Lobo, because that would be smart. But so that was pretty cool. But anyway,
Yeah.
Brian, you ever drove a Maverick? You
No.
local dealer? No.
I have not. I am curious if the Lobo was noticeably different than the Tremor, though.
I think lowering it really helps with cornering a little more than the Tremor. We do have somebody that's going to be rally racing the Lobo he bought from us, Culpepper,
Oh, yes.
right? ML Culpepper. So they actually bought a Tremor originally, and they rallycross their Tremor and were winning with hands down. And then the Lobo came out, and they wanted it because it's basically everything that the Tremor was, but now a lowered suspension, which helped them a little bit more. So the racing is about ready to start, I think in March, I think he said. And so we'll see, because they're actually working on sponsoring them. So you'll see our logos and stuff on there. So if you're
And
any of those
they
races,
keep it stock.
yes, because
They don't do anything.
they stay in the stock class. So they might have different tires,
Yes.
but that'll be about it. And they might do a catch can. I think that's what they did on the last one. So, but other than that, it'll stay stock. So, and
That's cool.
you can actually buy an upgraded turbo to these now.
Yes.
Because that Maverick 300T, you can't put on a Lobo because you already get an upgraded intercooler and such like that. But you can buy the upgraded turbo to put on it that you get from 300T that's available for these. So we'll have to maybe have some fun with that.
Yep.
One of those. But I don't know. I think if they modify it too much, though, it doesn't become a stock. So there's a few things that they have. They can only like change out the tires and a few things like that. But anyway. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. So on to the racing event that we went to, which was a blast. And of course, they went through the different drivers and all that. And I won't pretend I know all the drivers. And I don't have a list of all of them. But they did reveal the F1 liveries for this. Are you into racing, Brian?
I am a massive F1 fan. It is my one sport
good.
that I get into.
Then we had the right guy hop on with
this
us.
This is awesome. See, it's just, good karma here. So, are you excited about Ford kind of being the powertrain for the Red Bull?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So for those who don't know, Ford used to be a powertrain manufacturer for Formula One. I think they were there for the V8 and the V10 era, I believe, and then they left. They left the sport in the mid 2000s, 2008, I want to say, and they were
Yeah.
out of Formula One for the past decade, 2 decades or so, and this is their grand re-entrance, and
Yep.
they're
22
teaming up
year
with
afterwards.
Red Bull powertrains, and they built the powertrain that's in this car.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier, but they had the VR, so they didn't see it, but they were like showing how taking apart what they're doing. I'm like, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like we were kind of watching them talk about that, and but they had the team up there. Of course, they're saying one of the best drivers, Max Verstappen, is one of the
Max
best
Verstappen.
Formula One drivers, so he'll be driving. Now they did show, and I actually that's the images that we took at the event. So you see, that's kind of wanted to get kind of back so you can kind of see all the crowd that was there. But we got perfect timing when Jim Farley stepped up there with the team and got a photo there, and I'm like, oh, I got to get this. So with the Red Bull one, they had both cars there. So there's that one, a little close up of the car there, and then there's the Cash App one. So they'll have two vehicles, right? Are these both Formula One, or
They're both Formula One. So Red Bull Racing is like the main team, if you will. Visa Cash App is like the sister team or the development team. So usually the drivers spend some time in the Visa Cash App, and then after they're vetted and everything, they get promoted to the Red Bull team.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. See, this is awesome. So, but yeah, these were up there, and this was cool because they actually stopped the live stream, so people on the live stream didn't see these revealed, and then we were embargoed till 10:45 that night. But yeah, so I threw out my images.
Of course, by that time we're exhausted.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get these pictures out, and I think it was like right around 11 that I finally got them out.
Yeah.
From the event and showed these off, but yeah, pretty cool. And but they also, of course, in racing, you're gonna see him. They're gonna go back to Le Mans as well.
Yep.
That'll be nice. And I assume that's with the GT3. I don't know what vehicle they use for that, but they're gonna have the mach-e again going up Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
So you talked to the lady that runs Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
Race.
I hope I get to talk to her. Although I know who she knows, so
yeah,
I can get an in somehow. But she runs the Pikes Peak race, and so she was talking with Emily Miller and Campbell.
Yeah, that might be kind of fun. I don't know. I think that'd be really hard to spectate, but I know there are people that do watch it. That's like an all day event because once you get somewhere on there, you're not leaving.
No, once you're there, you're there. You're not moving. Forget it. Bring snacks. Bring meals.
Anyway, I don't know. So last year there was wind, so they couldn't go all the way up to the top. So this year they're going to try again. And anyway, yeah, those vehicles were there. I don't know if I got any others. Oh, here's our last images, of course. Of that. So, we're having a little photo op there in front of the Ford Racing banner, and then you got Jenna up there and Melissa. But yeah, so we had a lot of fun. But let's see, what are some of the others? Of course, Jakar, they got second and third, but did not win.
Yeah.
This last
they're headed
week,
to King of Hammers.
They're headed to King of Hammers. The RTR, I know the RTR team.
I know Shelby's prepping for Nora, and I heard Rory's joining Shelby this year for Nora.
Okay.
And I think Ford's supporting them this year, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of racing. NASCAR as well. They talked about. I don't have notes in here.
I know nothing about NASCAR too.
Except
Frankie Muniz. I know that name.
The Dark Horse SC. Did you see that, Brian?
I did see that. Yes, of course I saw that. I would love.
And I was gonna get images and everything ready on that, and we actually they drove that right in front of us down the middle, because we were like, why is there a big gap here? And Sarah's like, they're gonna drive the Dark Horse through there. I'm like,
I only know that because Vaughn got stuck in the crowd too, and he was standing there. I was like, well, I need to get over there. He's like, well, they're gonna drive the Mustang down this way, so watch out. But they're not doing it yet, so go. But he knew it was going to happen, but he got stuck like we did. He didn't realize what time it was, so he got stuck in the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Well, and it was really confusing because the stage was on one section, and then when you come in, we veered to the left where the drivers were going to be and the Mustangs were at, which is really funny because they revealed. So I think the reveal was rushed because I don't know if you saw was it Road and Track or Car and Driver, one of them put that article out where somebody drove it as a challenge thing with a bunch of other Fords with another driver.
Yep.
And so that came out like Wednesday. And so then they basically gave all the information to people. In fact, we got it for Thursday morning, because I don't think their intention wasn't to reveal at the event that night. But because of that article, they didn't have a choice. They went ahead and just revealed it. And it's funny is they still had the covers on them. So
it felt different. It felt a little bit more rushed than everything else. It didn't feel the same as the rest of the night.
So somebody messed up on that one.
Where was it? Was it at the train station?
Yeah, the central
like
station.
On the bottom floor there in the lobby or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had the vehicles in one section, and then we thought that's where they were going to do everything because they had everything set up, like all the Mustangs set up there. Come to find out, if we had walked and like looked around a bit, we would have seen where the actual stage is.
Stage and everything, because we stood in line to get the driver's signature, and then after that
we did some shopping.
We went to the Ford Racing to
then we went
merch.
to go find some food.
Yeah, and then we went back the other way, and so we never went to the other side. And when it was going on, I'm like, well, there's the screen.
I went to go find
there's
drinks.
nobody here, so where are they? And then I'm like, oh, it's on the other side. So we didn't get position. Wow. Now we know for next year.
Right.
But so it'll be fun to see. I mean, I know Ford's really getting into it, and some of the stuff, I don't know if we'll ever have a V10 or V8, but they say that some of that stuff will come to the Ford vehicles, but we'll see. But that Mustang SC, so instead of being a Shelby, they're just holding on to the name, and it'll be a Dark Horse SC. So we'll see, because it's kind of like they're getting, you're between GTD and the Dark Horse. So supercharged.
Yeah.
5.2 liter, so similar to what you'd see in the. I don't know if it's going to be the same motor as the Raptor R gets in the F-150, but it's 5.2, and I assume it's probably similar. But also, it's what they probably had in the Shelby GT, 350s or 500s in the past, 350s, I guess, when they had it.
Yeah.
So, but then they're going to have a track pack where you can get like some nice upgrades with the carbon ceramic, brakes and.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber wheels and everything else, the hood, the spoiler. The spoiler was redesigned. They're saying that the GTD will have an option for a different spoiler that they actually was inspired from doing this collaboration. So you could see maybe a different spoiler on the GTD at some point. So anyway, or at least be in the racing GT3 or something. But
yeah,
I don't know. Anyway,
available for anyone to order, or is it going to be limited like the GT?
Yes. The SC is a 2026, so we'll be available to order. They're saying sometime this summer for delivery in, probably third quarter. So,
awesome.
But it'll probably be like the Dark Horse, where dealers are going to get probably one allocation or something,
Okay,
like that.
So not as restrictive as the GTD, but still kind of in the Raptor limited allocation.
But you still should be able to order it from your dealer as long as the dealer gets an allocation type of thing. So.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we'll see. My thinking is going to be like Raptor is to the F-150 in the sense that, base Raptors, like we can get 2 or 3 of those in a month for us, and we maybe get one Raptor R a month. And I think Dark Horse and Dark Horse SC will kind of be like that, where you're going to have Dark Horse allocations and Dark Horse SC allocations. My assumption is it'll run like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll learn more as it gets closer, but yeah. So probably this summer, probably part of job 2. I assume on the Mustang
like that.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know. It'll probably be late at the end, kind of like they did on Lobo, which was almost a fiasco because the F-150 Lobos didn't arrive to dealers until 26s were almost arriving. So it's like,
we'll see.
But we do have a special Lobo coming. I'm not sure how much I like the logo they're going to put on it, but it'll be pretty cool because a lot of people are supercharging, and we've supercharged a Lobo, F-150 Lobo. And put some different seats on it. But we wanted to go a little more extreme because we think there's still one step that they could have done that they haven't, that we're going to do to a Lobo, and we'll see how people like it.
F-150 Lobo, right?
Yes.
F-150 Lobo, not a Mac. Okay. It's like this
Yes, not a
sounds
Oh yeah,
F-150
we
and
have
not
to make
Maverick.
that clear when we're talking
yeah.
Lobo.
Yeah.
With our crowd being mostly Maverick, we need to make that clarification.
Yeah.
F-150, not Maverick.
Yeah. So, I mean, because they lowered the rear
Yes.
to level it, but really, if you get into one, you're like, it is still kind of a hop to get into. So it's still, the front they didn't lower, they just
Yeah.
lowered the back to level it and it has a nice stance, and the body effects on the side are supposed to give it that closer to the ground look, but they really didn't lower it. So
Yeah.
I've pretty much given it away at this point, but yeah, so we'll have some fun.
So Brian, my burning question for you is, what was for dinner tonight?
Oh, what did I have for dinner today? I had
It's
leftovers of something. What leftovers did I have? I don't remember. Oh, it was like egg noodles or something. Whatever the kids didn't eat yesterday, basically. They're like allergic to leftovers for some reason. I don't understand this.
We've actually got chickens now, so we've now feed all of our leftovers to the chickens.
Oh, maybe I should get chickens.
They love
Yeah.
noodles. It's so funny to watch them eat macaroni and cheese. It's hilarious. It's their favorite. They go wild for it.
Huh. I do. By the way, I do enjoy your Bronco breaks, your videos for that. So
Yeah.
for anybody that
Thank you.
doesn't check them out, Ragnar Khan, of course, he's been in our live streams for a long time. Most of you guys already know him, but make sure you subscribe to his channel because he has the Bronco break. That's I really like that, throwing that in. And you've mentioned some accessories in the past too that I'm like, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Right.
You can empty your wallet quickly with the Bronco.
I did get one of the Set Power coolers refrigerators recently, and I will say I was so shocked at because I wanted one that had, because I had a rough country cooler or refrigerator, but it's all one temperature. I'm like, I want one that I can divide freezer cooler, because there's times where we went camping and I need to be able to freeze some meat, right? And it's not ready, and that kind of stuff. And so we wanted one split. So I know that you've had a different brand there, but the Set Power one, I'm sure yours works just as well. I used it during Christmas breaks. I'm like, oh, let's put some ice in here because our ice maker is not working on our refrigerator right now. So we bought a bag of ice. I put it in the left side was a freezer. I put it in there. I'm like, there we go. Get ice out of there. Get the drinks on the right side. We had them cooled off too. And even Sarah was able to put a bottle of wine in the right side, and it fit. But then the kids were messing with it. So my wife told me, she's like, yeah, they're messing with it. So I just unplugged it and I put it in the garage. Well, when I probably was in there for about a month, I pulled it out this weekend for a party, and the freezer was still like at 30 degrees. I was like, what? It hasn't been plugged in for like, I don't know how long. And it doesn't have a battery backup in a sense. But I was like so surprised that it was still like, it still had this layer of ice on the side of it. I'm like, okay, that's awesome.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Good commercial there.
So yeah. And Set Power is not even, they didn't even send, I thought about getting connected with them, but I was like, no, I'll just buy it because then I can do an unbiased review. So I still do anyway, but
yeah.
So anyway, but I know what brand do you have?
I bought a Dometic, which is like the popular one on Overlanders, and then Iceco messaged me on Instagram and asked me if they wanted to like do a video. Iceco is the one that's popular with all the YouTubers because the marketing team over there, I'm sure you've dealt with similar marketers, but they're really good about pushing social media.
Mm-hmm.
So I have both of them now. One of them is now just it acts as a chest freezer in my basement because I obviously don't need two of them. But yeah, they're both great. So no problem with either one.
The rough country one I had, they actually did update the model since that one actually went to where it would not cool below 50 degrees. Like we were out camping with it and it had been working flawless. And then it got to where it would not cool below 50. So it was fine for drinks and such. But and what's really great about it is we would be on the trail and we'd plug it in. So it's charging up the battery because it did have a battery backup, and the battery backup along with the cooling would stay overnight. So when I'd have it turned off, I just leave it at the back of the Bronco and it was staying cool all the time. And then all of a sudden one trip wouldn't go below 50. And it was really weird. And it was past its warranty or whatever. But so I'm like, well, I want to get a refrigerator freezer one combo anyway. So
yeah,
So we'll see. And I did get the one that, and maybe the reason it stayed cool was I got the one. So Brian and Melissa Clark have this brand. That's who turned me on to them. And I got a chance to look at theirs at Bronco Supercell, Colorado. And theirs has a little cover on it, a little insulation cover that has, you know, the foil inside and everything. And so I got the cover actually during Black Friday was basically free. So mine has a cover on it. So maybe that might have helped keep it cool too. But plus, I'm hoping that'll help keep it cool and frozen overnight. You know, when we're out camping and such like that. So if not, I just plug it in. I got so many outlets in the Bronco or in the camper that I can just plug it in. But anyway, so. But
what is it? Set power? Is that what you said?
Set power, yeah. Which they make a lot of like power banks and stuff like that, but they also make coolers. So in fact, they make a lot more coolers than I thought they did. In fact, I had struggled with going, okay, which one should I get? Because it was really confusing on which one was the best. But they have different, you know, ones. I got one of the bigger ones. So I got the 55 quart because I'm like, I want the bigger one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it was right in the mid threes for the cooler and then they have a battery. Like you got I think you had one of your videos you showed getting a battery that you can plug in. They have one of those too for theirs. So which I didn't get, but I thought about it. So we'll see. We'll go. We're going to Supercell, Tennessee, so we'll use it there and see how it does. But
cool.
Anyway, all right. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Brian. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks.
Good seeing you in here, and it's been a little while. I know you've had some things going on, so appreciate you. And guys, got to check out his channel because he has a fun Bronco breaks. Of course, if you're a Bronco person, Bronco Nation, you already know of Ragnar.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right. Have a night, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night. There we go. So fun times. Fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll get more guests on this year, and that made it because I wouldn't have gone this long if we didn't have guests in there keeping the conversation going. Someone that knew
the racing.
Yeah, that was fun. So anyway, so fun stuff there. But yeah, and don't forget this video is sponsored by 3W. So check out those for their floor liners. They have them for the Bronco, not C-Max. They have them for the Bronco, F-150. Maverick as well. Some of our Maverick customers viewers have purchased them. Fusion. But they have for some of the newer models, for most of them, they have them. But so if you have a Maverick Bronco out there, they have floor mats for you, floor liners. I don't like to call them mats because they're not really just a mat, they're a liner.
Yeah.
And I've had mine, I don't remember when I put them in September. I like them.
I don't know.
They're working out really well. They still have yet to move. I mean, because I had some WeatherTech ones and they moved. And these don't. So, I mean.
See, that's what I need to do. I need to get a set of floor mats and see how well they do up against my kids.
I mean, so, and just here, I better throw this up because since we're talking about it, you in case you missed it earlier, so that you do get that QR code gets you 35% off on the website. And then also down in the description, there's a code if you want to go through Amazon to get you a discount as well as being a sponsor of the live stream tonight. So anyway, check them out. And they're also the same, that company that owns them owns Wolfbox, as well as some other automotive accessories, which we may be doing in the future. They did ask us what models that we own, and I let them know. So if they have some things they want to send our way, they actually have some power boards, I think, that they're trying to get on somebody with a truck. Like I don't own a truck, but so they have some F1, some like F-150.
I got a truck, but I don't think I have the model they want.
So, anyway,
or anything that needs.
Pretty good company, pretty good marketing people I've been working with there too as well. So, so yeah. But the Wolfbox camera I'm really enjoying. So, very crisp, clear. I have had a couple issues with it. Not the backup camera not working, like coming up and saying that it's not connecting, and it'll connect within 8 seconds, and it doesn't connect. Really funny that it's done it 3 times. 2 of the 3 have been in the church parking lot.
Interesting.
That is very interesting. So I don't know, but
it's the time.
I just go. I open up the hatch and I mess with the little connector, and then it starts working again. So I don't know
if maybe there's a faulty wire.
Well, I had to push the wire in, and there was one spot where I felt like I might have pushed a little hard and I might have like pinched the wire, and maybe that's the issue I'm having. So depending, but that's in
Maybe,
the
I don't
C
know.
pillar, so I don't know. It's not back in the lift gate, so not sure.
Interesting.
But the wire does kind of go in, but I do have a
Mm.
molding that it goes down along, so the molding shouldn't pinch it because it's soft.
Yeah.
So that's why I did it the way I did it. But I don't know. It's what it is. We'll see. But it hasn't done it since, like, all week.
Yeah.
So, anyway, all right. Well, that's that. But anything else to chat about there? No?
No.
Covered it all? Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. And then we don't know what's in store for next week, but we'll try to get some guests on and talk other stuff. We talked a lot Bronco stuff tonight, so we might have to get some Maverick people in and talk Maverick stuff next week or something. But we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
So that light blue color is now available to order, and I think we didn't have any on order because remember we had some on order and they made us change the color.
Yeah.
And so we don't have any on order with the blue because we had 19 Mavericks get scheduled last week. And I was like, oh, did any blue ones get scheduled for production dates? And I'm like, oh, we didn't. And then I looked, we didn't have any in the light blue ordered. So we might have to switch a couple orders over to light blue. But I think now we're kind of out. But it made it sound like some would get scheduled for March production. So we'll have to see. So anyway.
Yeah.
We'll see. But other than that, we'll see what else was in store for that. So. But did you see there was a fire at the Explorer plant?
No.
Yeah, they said they got put out right away. It was on there. It was on their line, assembly line.
Okay.
And it was nothing that they said that, but it might be down for a day until the fire department comes through and gives them the A-OK to be back online. But it's not like it's gonna. I mean, we might have 1 or 2 days of stop production. It looks like, but outside of that, they should be good.
Yeah.
Good to go. Won't be like the aluminum fire. So. But so it might, again, you might have some people that got theirs pushed
So
back.
I have
a
a delayed thought here about the colors and the colors that Ford chooses. They go safe colors because we know how their system works. They have a bunch of shells already painted and they just go, hey, for this day, we're going to need this many of this color, this many of this color, and that's how they get them. So they're pre-painting shells.
Yes.
So I could see how they wouldn't want to paint shells ahead of time in those funky colors.
Yeah, and I think they're painting I get what you're saying, but I do think that they see what's coming along and they still paint them in that way, right? But just ahead of time.
Well, but he said that that's basically the vending machine.
Oh.
You say, hey, we need this many of this color, this many of this color,
and they're already ready,
and they just get put on the thing and brought over that day.
Yeah.
So,
and I know that was that plant, but I'm sure a lot of them are,
similar.
Yeah.
So if you're working off that vending machine mentality, if you have all these funky colors, well, Cyber Orange might be, they got rid of it.
Well, and do you remember that at the end of one year where they were like, these colors are being discontinued, and we saw
everyone's scheduled.
We saw a lot of them with that color got scheduled. And so when that happened this year, like for Eruption Green went away, I'm like, if you have an Eruption Green, it'll get scheduled because we knew that they did the same thing at the end of the last model year.
Right. They're trying to get rid of all the shells that they can without having to repaint them.
Yeah. So there was almost a guarantee they get scheduled because Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. But there we go. There's that. But
yeah,
any comments? I mean, we haven't really gone through any of those.
There haven't really been any. Mike wanted to know what you would recommend or where you would recommend putting a rear face camera on a Maverick Lariat.
That is, somebody did ask that. So that I was trying to think about that. On the 360 camera, it's right by the handle. But then you have to figure out where the wiring is going to go.
Yeah.
You can wire in down by the bumper, but then, I'm thinking either on the top of the tailgate or, I think a lot of people are probably putting them on the back glass. Because your whole point is that it's supposed to see behind you. Now your rear view at all times. So, you're back when you're like on the Bronco, when I'm backing up, I'm looking at the one down here. I'm not looking at that one up above. And actually, recently I have noticed that I've just been looking at the one back there, but mine is back behind everything.
Yeah.
Most people will put theirs on the back glass. Yours is on your back glass.
Yes.
Now on a truck though, you put it on the back glass, and actually, you might want it there because then you could see in your bed,
Yes.
right? So it might be.
Oh, that is one thing.
Right.
Today I was driving those panels and I clicked the camera button. I'm like, give me the bed view, and it didn't have that option.
No.
Like, I want that option.
But no, that might be the place that you might want to mount it, is on that back glass instead of the tailgate, because you already have a backup camera for the tailgate.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to see right
So,
behind you while you're driving. But
if you're getting a back-facing camera, the main point of that, because you already have a backup camera that works pretty well on the Maverick, or
when you're in reverse.
when you're in reverse. So it's either so that you can see when you're not in reverse,
Mm.
or
basically
it's to give you that protection and like the ability to verify what happened in a crash or an accident.
Yes, but like with the Wolfbox, you can use that camera as your rear view mirror instead.
Yes.
So instead of having that view in the rear view mirror, you're seeing the seats behind you and the kids and everything else, right? Whereas if you put that camera on the back glass, then you can do that on the inside, and you do it on the back glass, then you're going to see an unobstructed view. You won't have the seats or anything else in the way. So at all times you can see that camera. Plus it's recording.
Yes.
Right. And it's recording what's inside the
Because
bed.
I'm a huge advocate for cameras, dash cams. I am. I absolutely love it. Lebo was ran off the road earlier in the year, and we could have taken legal action, but instead we figured out who the parents were through some coincidences that happened with that. And we were able to give it to a friend of the family who was like, hey, your kid's doing some dumb stuff out here.
Yeah.
And was able to show the parents the video. And so, there's those instances where we actually had camera proof. So if something had happened, they would know what happened.
Yeah.
And I'd be able to go, Exhibit A.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And I will say I'm a big fan of the Wolfbox, but granted, it is pretty pricey because there are some dash cams that aren't as expensive. You can find decent ones for right around 100, 150.
Yeah. Well, and later in the comments, he did say he got the one that you suggested before Wolfbox. The one that you were suggesting before.
Oh, the Pelsey?
Yes, he got the Pelsey.
Which is a good one. I never installed on the Pelsey. I never installed the rear camera on the back glass like you have on yours.
Mm-hmm.
So that was never installed. In fact, I have the Pelsey. Like since I took the dash cam, that one off, I still have that in the complete box.
Well, in fact, I have anxiety brain sometimes, and I was driving along. I was like, I wonder if I stopped or if something were to happen I don't know. I was getting like tailed really close by someone. And so I was like, if they were to hit me, I have this backup camera that shows that my lights are working. Everything's working.
Like mine, when I hit the brakes, you can see some red. So you can see that
mine lights up red, but you can see that there's 2 red marks. So I know that my back lights are working. And so I was just like, that gives me more having that just gives peace of mind, in my opinion. I actually really enjoy having that for myself.
Yep. And I do notice, like, there was a situation where with the camera that I have, where it's basically the camera for back there, but there's some issue when you have sun coming from behind you, where it almost, because it is still a reflective surface, so it's kind of it's still a rear view mirror when you have it turned off. But there's a time where I'm like, okay, I can kind of see the rear view mirror and I can see the camera both. It was like, so it's almost like that 3D image thing where I had to try to pick which one I wanted to see. But at that point, at one point, I just turned it off, which is really nice because I can turn off the screen and it's a rear view mirror, but then also it's still recording the cameras at the same time. Now, if I shut it off, then the cameras aren't recording. But if I just turn off the screen, I got a rear view mirror, just like I had before, but it's still recording the footage. So if somebody were to hit me, I'd still have that, which is kind of nice. But I don't know. It's so. And some of that, I think, we see that with the Bronco Raptor, now it's standard equipment on a Bronco Raptor, that rear view mirror. Now, it's just a rear view mirror on the Bronco, and it's using a camera back there. There is no front camera like that. But I see that manufacturers. I will tell you, I believe that what you'll see next year in 27 Bronco is that every trim level will have that mirror as an option,
Yeah.
and maybe even standard equipment by 28.
Yeah.
I think I see that a lot of manufacturers are probably going to go to that type of mirror. We already see like Mustang has that the frameless mirrors.
Yeah.
It's only a point in time where I think they're all going to have that same digital type of mirror, and they can use the rear camera to just give you that if they want.
Yeah.
But all of them have that option of just shutting it off and still giving you that rear view mirror, which is nice. I like the flexibility, which I was glad that I was afraid that the Wolfbox wouldn't have that, but not that this is a Wolfbox stream, but
so he says there's a black bar over the sliding window. So you don't have to put it in the very middle of that back window. You can put it off to the side.
Yeah. You could.
Lebo put mine in the middle just because that's how he is. He's very has to be in the middle. But like my front facing camera is off to the side a little bit because I have that pillar for my rear view mirror. But you can put it anywhere in the glass. You can even put it off to the side. Some of them let you angle it a little bit.
Now you have, I think they have a sliding rear window, or if you have a sliding rear window, if you put it on the sliding rear window, if it goes inside the other, you wouldn't want to put it on the sliding rear window.
No, well, but
so you'd want to put it off to, like you said, put it off to the side.
Yeah. Or go put it on the side that doesn't have the sliding window going across it.
Yeah.
Just put it on the other side.
The mirror one that I have, of course, the other dash cam too wasn't in the middle. Like I try to put it right in the middle if I could to get it as close to the middle as I can. But the one I have it's off. So you can see it in the image. I don't think any of mine were.
Well, I even have like a K tag on mine. Lee was like, "That's cluttered." I'm like, "It's necessary."
The K tag. I don't have a K tag. I still go through the things now. Now you don't have to have it.
No, you don't have to have it.
It's supposed to save you money, but
it's supposed to save you money. It's supposed to be easier. Although having K tag is free, so
true.
I think it's supposed to make the checkout process faster. Along with it stores your card on file if you want to. So then as you go through, it automatically takes care of it.
I get a bill every month. Just pay it. Oh, we did at the event, they did talk about how the Dark Horse SC will be in the Daytona 500 in 2027.
Yeah.
So yes.
I think they are joining every single race possible this year. If it's a race, they're joining it. They're going for gold in any and every race.
Yep.
That's their goal this year is to be first in every single race if possible.
Yep.
Which Dakar they got close.
Yep. So, yep. Anyway. All right. Well, that's a live stream for this week, but there you go. Anyway.
I can't wear white.
It looks tan. Actually, it is kind of a.
It's a cream.
It is a cream.
This is a nice cream.
Yep. Anyway.
I actually, I won't wear this around the house. I wore it yesterday, and as soon as I got home, I changed. Before I did anything, I changed. Tonight, I needed to make some dinner. I changed right before I left.
Yeah, sorry I didn't get any of that rust from the trim table on my
I know, like you.
I didn't. I did get it on my pants.
I see that, yeah. But I had to clean my boots. My boots were covered in rust. My pants were covered in rust. My shirt was covered. I had it on my face.
Yeah. By the way, Sarah and I were chatting while we were on our trip about some ways to incorporate on some a short version
I
of
need to make some mock-ups
of actually using some emoticons. We were talking about that to represent our little saying there, because really it's be kind to one another and also be kind to yourself, but you just be kind to everyone, including yourself, right? And
be kind,
right? Just be kind, right? So stay positive and be kind. So anyway, we'll see. We might have some fun merch stuff with some cool stuff that people might want. So anyway, but that brings us to our ending.
Yes.
All right. So thanks, episode 225, right, in the books. So thanks everybody for joining us, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And I might try to pull out some of the some of the stuff. And I probably need at some point need to do a video on the Dark Horse SC because you can be able to order that.
I need to go through my footage.
But yeah, so we might have a video on maybe that'll be next week's Built Wild Wednesday of our experience. We Sarah and I got a chance to drive both the Bronco off-road experience and the Jeep off-road experience.
Yes.
And I had a little fun with the Jeep guy because we're driving along, and the whole time they had the front rear locker on the entire time, and the sway bar disconnect the entire time. So they engaged it for the whole thing. And I'm like, so you have that. So now the sway bar, you have to be down. He says, yeah, you just turn it on before you go off road. And I said, so can you do it when you're on the mountain or whatever? And he's like, no, not like the Bronco can. It's like,
okay, now
advantage Bronco.
I swear the driver that we had in the Jeep, we had when we test drove some electric vehicles in Chicago or something. So I think what they do, because I mean, the lady that we had for Bronco said that she's a stunt driver. And so I think what they're doing for those auto shows is kind of like bidding it out, like, hey, we need this many drivers. And so they have like stunt people and drivers that come in. So they aren't knowledge-based people. They don't know this product. They don't drive them on a regular basis. They aren't the Bronco off-rodeo instructors. None of that. These are just professional drivers that are going to just make it safe. And they've been given a script on what to follow. So
yep, and both experiences, both of them had the cameras, and I'm like, but most vehicles people buy are not going to have the cameras. So you're doing this experience, and several obstacles needed that front camera to be able to, like that one where you're going up the ramp and then it teeter-totters over. There's no way they could complete that without that camera.
Yeah,
they have to have that camera.
The stunt drivers don't know that.
I mean, they wouldn't.
Or the hired drivers.
And like she said, this just allows in the one part that I don't need a spotter.
Yeah.
Which is true. I mean, and that's where we, what I think some of the things that we kind of enjoy is not have the front camera, because then
and being able to get out and spot.
Because then that person can spot through it, and it's kind of a fun experience for the person that's in the passenger to have something to be able to have fun and to do as well. Because spotting is, I think your mom and I both really enjoys the spotting part of it just as much.
So my whole point with that on where the drivers come from is he's probably been a driver for the Bronco at some point. And so he's just like, no, not like the Bronco.
Yeah. Well, and even on the Jeep. So that one, your front locker is always engaged with your rear. So you can, if you look at a Wrangler, even a newer one, you have a rear locker and you have a switch for front and rear. So it's not like the Ford where they're separate. So if I want both front and rear, I hit the buttons. But it's pretty rare. Like we've gone to a lot of off-roadeos where they do the front and rear locker. I can't think of a time where they actually engage both of them at the same time. And on the Jeep, that's what they do.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. All right, we're out of here now. So guys, thanks for joining us. But just pointing that out, that might be a video that we'll put out. I don't know. I'll see how it came out.
Yeah.
Because you don't really get a second shot of recording that. So we'll see. I tried getting footage of the dash and different things going on. So we'll see how, if I don't like the footage, it may not see the light of day, but I might give it to our members. So if you're a member, then you might get to see it regardless. But anyway, all right. Well, have a good night, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream, and till the next video, stay positive, be kind to one another,
and be kind to yourself.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.